Hello! Thank you so much for joining us for CharmedPersons this week on this lovely Sunday afternoon. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Announcements. Tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central, we have an episode of Talk With Me. Title is...
Yep.
Oh my god.
You came up with it.
I came up with it. I actually can't remember.
Cruise
Holy
control.
shit.
Cruise control.
Right.
Cruise control.
Cruise
You
control.
came up with it like 30 minutes ago.
Matt and Eric are on the road for this season of Talk With Me, so come check that out, 7:30 p.m. Central tomorrow, and then 7 p.m. Central the very next day, Tuesday, is Session 2 of the Remain Season 8. We had a great first session. Go catch up on that. We got some newbies in the world, but we're back in Blue Valley, and very excited to see where that story goes, so check that out, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, and then... Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, we are back in Curse of Strahd. So come join us and see... what's your face, Angie? Am I wrong? Huh?
Oh, you said
Wednesday?
Wednesday. It's Thursday?
Did I say Wednesday? I thought I said Thursday.
Oh, okay. I was like, I need to change the schedule if that's the case.
No, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Just to clarify, the next episode of Curse of Strahd. We're getting close to the end. We are leaving the Amber Temple, finally, after spending like 4 or 5 sessions in it. And are on the road again. So come check that out. Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. And then a week from today, slightly earlier, at 11:30 a.m. Central, we are going to have the next session of Campaign 3. So join us for that. And that's it for announcements, other than the Discord. Join us on Charmed Family. Posting a link in the chat right now. We post cute pictures of pets. We post pictures of art. We talk during the sessions because we can't really chat with the Twitch chat. So join us there. And that's it for announcements. And now we will jump into a recap of last week's session and where we've come from. So our party were in the city of Dariak to defeat the second member of the Chromatic Council, well, second for them, third total, Blazaria, the adult red dragon. They were also there to gather the Cloak of Storms, the third ancient Savian heirloom that they were searching for, that was finally found after defeating a juvenile kraken and attuned by Danny. And also, while they were here, they were messed with a few different times in a few different ways by the Black Hat, who also revealed that he had members of their families kidnapped, and that they needed to... they made a deal that they were going to kill the dragons, and he and Moldrak, who he worked for, would return their family safely. In last week's session, our party had just defeated Blazaria in a big exchange after a public showing in the city of Dariak. But they had destroyed Blazaria and gone into the city for safety, following Captains Vane and Sin, 2 twin drows who were also captains of the Kavaxian Empire, who turned last minute on Blazaria. As they took our party to safety, our party realized they were taking them to the Black Hat's former apartment. Tensions immediately broke out. The party questioned the twins. The twins seemed to really... they knew who the Black Hat was, and they were working on a deal that they had made with the Black Hat, but seemingly did not know any of the other information that the party gave them. There was a tense conversation, but the party eventually decided to leave, but ran into none other than the Black Cat himself, who had been watching and waiting. That ended in also a very tense showdown, mainly between the Black Hat and Danny, with Danny shaking the Black Hat a little bit. And eventually the party was able to separate, go their different ways, and the party went to go stay at the former Sea Salt Suites, where Oliver called home briefly when we first met him. Staying there at night, the party discussed what was to happen next. The next day, they awoke to an ancient black dragon, Oxidia, the one who is in Ronhar, circling the city, causing some damage, killing some innocent people out of anger and retaliation for the death of Blazaria. The party decided not to reveal themselves and instead escape the city, which they were able to do so with some good stealth checks and a low perception check from the ancient dragon. And the party left, making their way a few hours out of the city into stopping at a grove, a forest, kind of a medium-sized forest, where they found a little clearing to make their camp. Rowina went out to kind of gather her thoughts, and unfortunately this led to a comedy of errors between most of the party members and some plants that were trying to devour them in this wild forest, but they were able to take care of the situation and leave the plants alone. And they were then confronted by a load of former characters. Maeve the druid the Furbolg druid had turned herself into a squirrel, scaring Oliver. Wackety, who also had a former run-in with the party, was there, as well as the cat detective missed in the morning, and finally the a little bit too shirtless Sam, who was kind of leading them all. And
Simon.
Simon. Sorry, whatever his name was. It was Abs. And he was leading these little furry creatures as they were all trying to stay safe from Dariok after the invasion from the Zarya. The party ended up going their separate ways, and or they ended up leaving the party alone, I guess I should say. And the party decided to stay here and camp for the amount of time it would take for the teleportation device to activate, so that they could then go to the Banished Isles. But we cut back in time before we continue today. And we return to a rainy night in the city of Dariok. And the city is quiet. There is a palpable air of change, tension, expectation in the city with the death of Lazaria having happened just hours before. We see a dark figure slinking from alleyway to alleyway. Emory, you are currently moving throughout the city, and as you stand at the mouth of an alleyway across the street in the Leisure Alley district, you spy the Velvet Pillow. Do you enter in through the main door? What do you do as you spy the Velvet Pillow here from a distance?
I think I would go to the back where I would enter through the kitchens for like work. If I can like sneak in that way.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
24.
Oh, you're a little frozen. Is she frozen for anybody else?
Yep.
I was just about to ask if that was an Angie issue or a me issue.
Yeah, 24.
You could just be thinking really hard.
Let's vamp.
There she is.
So,
Oh, there she is.
You all were frozen for me.
well,
Well, you
And
look
my
good now.
internet
You look good and
connection.
sound good now. So, you got a 24, right? Is that what I heard?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so easily enough, with a mixture of actually sneaking, but then also just walking with confidence to some people who might not recognize you. You enter through the kitchen and make your way into the establishment unnoticed by anyone. Where do you post up?
It's been long enough that I haven't been in Dariak, I would say that like no one really would recognize me.
Probably only the
Establishment,
bartender, and
Yeah.
and you just avoid his gaze. Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember if I said any specifics other than meet me at the Velvet Pillow.
Yeah, you just
so
said to meet there. Yeah.
I think I would head. My instinct is to head upstairs and
Yeah.
like position myself at a place where I can see the comings and goings of people. Like if there's like a banister or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
easily.
just kind of like maybe if I can sleight of hand like a apple whiskey on the way up just to like have to sip to make it look like I'm
For sure. Yeah.
a purveyor.
You go up and you're leaning at this candlelit table here as the makings, the hustle and bustle of the Velvet Pillow, which is filled with people, especially after a relatively eventful day today. Sorry, hold on just a second. I feel like... Here we go. No, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, there's just some mood music. There's some people drinking. There's some people smoking, and you are sitting up by a banister, candlelit table, just kind of spying and looking down on the patrons below. And eventually, I'll say with ease, you see. I even think you said midnight.
Yeah.
So, pretty much right on the dot. Right at midnight, you see the door open, and a figure in a deep purple cloak walks in, and from this height and angle, you can't see their face. I will say you definitely are pretty sure this is your quarry, and she is just currently standing at the entrance, and seems to be alone for now, and is looking around. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Gladly. Ooh, a 5.
You see everything as described.
Yeah, I think like locked on, not really.
Yeah.
Like excited that she just showed up, I guess.
Yeah. Do you try to
I
get her
think-
attention in any way, or just wait?
So I would, if I could, use the ring, or the stone that she gave
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because you have not... No, you did talk earlier today. You used it earlier today.
But it's midnight, right?
Okay,
Or is it
yeah.
long rest?
No, for sure. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, I'll let it reset at midnight.
There's a reason I picked midnight, you guys.
So yeah, easily enough, you use the ring.
Yeah. I would just, like, be fiddling with it the whole time, and then as soon as I see her, just... I know it's like a waste of the ring, but I'm upstairs.
You see that like the hood slightly lifts up. From this angle, you can probably see like a little bit of her purple chin as she then leaves the main area, kind of starts floating up the stairs almost.
Is she still, like, can I see her, are her eyes still covered?
Her eyes are covered, yes.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know if that was like a show thing.
No, her eyes are covered as she, you probably don't see that as she's walking up, but you do see as she approaches and takes down her hood. You see the drow woman there with the colorful cloak, colorful clothing, and the white cloth that covers her eyes. And yet she seems to have no problem with sight. So you do notice that. And she comes and pulls down the hood, and she very gracefully slides into the chair across from you with this little two-top here. I'm gonna sneeze again. Phew, sorry. 'Tis the
Bless
season.
you.
Sneezing.
Yikes.
I literally was about to say it, and I'm glad you did.
Brought to you by
Sorry, guys.
Subaru.
She slides in to the seat across from you. Are you proud of yourself?
For what?
Killing another ancient creature?
How crowded is it around us?
Relatively.
Relatively? Okay.
Up here where you are, not as much, but the establishment as a whole is relatively.
Yeah, I do not want to operate under any watchful eyes, like, at all.
Okay.
So I think that I would, like, stand up with my drink and say, follow me. Let's talk in private. And see if I can find one of, like, the rooms.
You, oh, gosh. I'm really sorry.
Do you want to take a second to blow your nose?
Hope for sneeze.
Ah.
That always helps me.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes it helps me, sometimes it irritates it even more.
Oh. Well, then stop.
I don't know what's happening. I'm just having, like, an attack. Okay. She... Gosh. Sorry.
If you need to cut to us playing Truth or Trial for like...
Yeah.
I just feel another one.
Oh no,
Damn.
buddy.
Allergy medicine?
Yeah, this
Jess?
sucks. Don't have any of that.
God.
Yeah, let me get some water. Hold on, just talk. Talk.
Oh my.
So what did everyone do yesterday?
In real life or in
In
game?
real life?
I play
No.
D&D.
Wow.
Hello.
Great.
Very nice.
Um,
very nice.
The whole time
Oh,
Emory's
okay.
going into a room is like, dear God, I hope that no one thinks that I'm gonna have sex with this woman.
Meanwhile, everyone is
no.
like,
Everyone
oh wow.
thinks that.
Oh no, oh no.
But also, everyone there is also there to have sex with
I
someone, so they're
know.
not thinking about you.
Honestly,
Not
good.
everyone. Maybe some people are there
Honestly,
just have a drink.
good. That's
Maybe.
true.
Is it
I
like
started off-
against company policy to like use the rooms like that when it's like, you know what I mean? Like in most places, you shouldn't be like having sex at your work, but the Velvet Pillow.
I feel like
Well, I
if
don't
you're on
work
the
there
clock,
anymore.
I don't think
It'd be like
should
drinking on the job at a bar.
Yeah.
Like you can drink at your work,
Mm,
but not
But-
on the job.
Well, if somebody buys you like a shot or something, it's rude.
The specific
Like,
role of me was like
Yeah.
sometimes she did send me
Oh,
upstairs.
which I don't think anybody in the party knows that.
I don't think we've
No.
really
I
ever
didn't
discussed
know that.
You've
No.
said it a
As
a
couple
party.
times, but not to anybody in the party.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever like discussed like what Emory
Yeah.
was actually.
I think
doing.
we'd burn the
Nobody
Velvet Pillow down
asked.
if
Nobody wants to know that. Nobody
feel
wants
like
to know what their
I-
little brother is doing, you know?
Yeah, I don't need to know any of that.
You're just a bartender.
Matt, in case you didn't know, the Velvet Pillow is brothel.
It's a
Yeah.
it's like a
Yes.
tavern brothel.
It's where we had our
Tavern
first session and where we
brothel.
all met.
Yeah.
is at
I know with the
Where we all
title you
met,
think
yeah.
hardware store.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
Just in
big
case
bucket
you
of
didn't
nails.
Sorry
pick
about that,
up
guys. Really
the
apologize.
details.
No worries.
So
It's okay.
she follows you into a room. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me.
Yeah, I was just saying I hope no one thinks I'm going into this room to have sexual relations. God, these perceptions. An 8. So.
Okay, yeah. She
yeah,
walks
no.
into the room. She shuts the door behind her. And she kind of stays close to the door
Mhm.
and looks at you expectantly.
Sorry, It's a real risk for me to come here, not because I don't want to, but because I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud of myself. It's complicated. And I try to tell everybody that. I tried to bring this up, like, what do you know? What do you do? Who are you? What do you see? How far do you see it? There's this gnawing, and I can't shake it, and I can't, every time we have to do this, I can't do it 100%, and I don't want to hurt anyone.
There is a reason I trusted this with you. She gestures to the stone. The reason you feel the way that you feel is because you are missing something. A part of you. Your friends aren't willing to hear it because they are different from you. You are not of this place, Emory. You are of us. You are of our kind. Others have left the Kovaxian Empire before, thinking that they understood the way that life should be. And I think that those people lost parts of themselves. You are Drow. You are Kovaxian. And your soul is trying to tell you this. What I know, Emory, is that you are different.
I kind of slink back into a chair and take in what she says and take a deep breath and see, even that doesn't feel right. It sounds really easy. That sounds like a really easy explanation. Oh yes, I'm missing this part of me that I'm not participating in, but as soon as I participate in that part, I'll miss what I'm not participating in. I'm not just Drow. So yes, maybe I am different. But that's really black and white thinking for all of this gray that you're presenting.
I am not presenting any grey. You say that you are not just Drow, and that is true. But tell me, what have you done in your life to connect with that part of yourself? You are not only Drow, but you have never touched it.
Okay, fair.
You see, you are a product of your environment, Emory. I do not blame you for this. I am a product of mine. But you see, the Kovaxian Empire is old enough, wise enough, to know that sometimes in life, there simply are differences. And one person's truth is different than another person's truth. And the existence of an absolute truth is naive. For instance, Oxidia. No, that hasn't happened yet, sorry. For instance, Blazaria, when she attacked this city, you and your friends would say innocents died. We do not view them as innocent. We view them as punishment for their ancestors' crimes. It is the way of our culture. It is the way of our people. You view it as evil, as bad, as morally corrupt, because that is how you were raised. We believe that their spirits are in base corrupt, because their ancestors were evil. They did horrible things. And so we are cleansing their bloodlines, cleansing the world of the evil that they are still spreading. Is it their fault? No. But is it what needs to be done for the negative, for the evil of the past to exit this world and no longer poison our kind? Yes, it is necessary. I do not enjoy the Chromatic Council, but they are necessary. I do not enjoy their ways at times, but their ways are different than ours. I did not come here in an attempt to let you convince me of anything. I came here because I genuinely see a lost soul. I see someone who has never touched such an important part of themselves and their past. And I am offering a solution.
So is it safe to say that the goal of the Cavaxian Empire is to, in all totality, destroy and rebuild the Sabian dynasty in the name of the Cavaxian Empire?
Incorrect, no.
So what would it be?
Our end goal.
Tell me your goals.
Our end goal is to take back the land that was once ours. We do not
And
want
what
to
of the
kill
people who live
all.
here?
They will live under our rule. They will have their place in society under ours.
Literally under.
Correct.
So then someone like me, who isn't me, where do they go? Who are they to you?
They are a citizen of our nation, a cog in the machine, a vital one.
Okay.
But those descendant, those directly involved in rebellion, those will be killed. Once again, you may see this as harsh.
Did she just say those in rebellion?
Yeah.
Does she have any weapons?
Not that you can see.
And sorry, just to make sure I really remember, have I ever seen her specifically do any sort of magic or...
Yes.
Okay, I thought so, but I couldn't remember like how.
Yeah, nothing as powerful as what you've seen like Aeliana or Rowina do, but yeah. And you would also know, I'm gonna say Emory's smart enough to understand that there seems to have been a vessel attached to each dragon, and you are currently speaking to the vessel who is attached to Ember. The one you met. Yeah. So, like, most likely not even the most powerful of the vessels. If that's kind of what you're asking me here.
Yeah. I would stand up and take the last like swig of my whiskey. Sorry, I'm like making sure I have every piece that I need. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your information. I think I got some real clarity. And I would take out my rapier and stab her through the stomach.
I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Would you consider this a surprise attack?
Of course. Go ahead and roll that first, and then we can do initiative.
Yeah. Surprise attack. Okay. Oh, yikes.
Which means you would have advantage on it if it's a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, my rapier. So 24.
24 definitely hits. So roll for damage, and this will be a critical attack. As an assassinate dragon, yeah.
And do I have +5 now? I think too. So then crit this guy. This guy. I don't think I expect to do this. I don't have my dice ready.
You're okay.
Okay. So that is a crit, so that's automatically 14 plus whatever 5d6 is.
30.
30, so 44 plus plus 21. So 60. What did I say? Oh shit. Math?
14 plus 30 is 50 or 44 plus 16 you just said? No, 21 you just
21.
said. So 65 total points of damage.
65 total.
So you stab her in the stomach. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Do I get the full turn or like Or is it just one attack, like a opportunity attack?
One attack, like the attack is the thing that happens in the surprise round, and then
Okay, so I don't
starts.
get I couldn't do the 2-weapon bonus.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
Okay.
Not on her.
Then initiative would be 15.
Okay, so this is what happens. You go and you stab her, and you see, you can't see her eyes, but you do see, like, the top of the, like, they go up in surprise, and she, like, gasps. Oh, and you see her, like, blood immediately begins to pour out from the wound. You rolled really bad perception checks. On either side of her, 2 Drow elite soldiers become uninvisible. And are she immediately falls unconscious as you don't outright kill her, but she does immediately fall unconscious. You almost outright kill her. And so one is going to attempt to grapple you. So roll actually, oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, just roll a acrobatics check. He's going to attempt to grapple you.
Acrobatics?
Yes. Oh, it's 12.
That is a 25.
Okay, so he dives at you. You're able to jump out of the way. That was his action. Actually, he has multi-attack, so he's going to try again. So roll another acrobatics check. That's a natural 1. So unless you roll a natural 1.
Well, I have a plus 14, so... I got a 24.
Yeah. So he, like, tries to dive at you twice, and you're just, like, jumping back both times. The other guy is going to grab the vessel and run out with half his speed for 15 feet and then dash for another 15 feet. And he's going to scream for help. That's his turn. That's all their turns. She needs to make a death saving throw. Oh wait, no, she's after you. Your turn.
Fuck.
So you're currently in the room with one who's kind of like dodging around you.
Yeah.
One has now dragged her out into the hallway.
Okay, so they just got as far as the hallway.
Yeah, she's probably, with his extra 15, they're probably like, let's say it's a hallway to the top of the stairs. They're probably at the top of the stairs.
And yelling.
They're 30 feet away from you, yeah.
Do I fight or do I run? I will...
Thank you for being patient, everyone else.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. I will... This guy is still engaged with me, the other soldier. And the Drow elite are the ones we've seen, right? Like that are like up at the castles and stuff.
Yeah, they're the good ones.
Okay. I'm.
They're no normal town guard.
Yeah. I'm going to jump out the window.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah, go and roll an acrobatics check.
Natural 20.
Oh, damn. Nat 20, you jump out the window, like, classic slow motion as the glass goes, like, flying around you. You slide on the roof of the first floor that covers the main building, land on the street in front of the velvet pillow with absolutely no damage for a nat 20. I would say that's about 15 feet of your movement.
Okay.
He is going to take an opportunity attack on you as you run away.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit. So he is going to hit you.
Yes.
And do a total of, because it's piercing and poison damage, a total, wow, really low roll, 13 total points of damage.
Okay. I can take it.
Yeah. But you still have, however much movement you have left, action and bonus action.
Is there any, like, if I use the rest of my, if I use the 15 feet, to go, like, around the other side where I burst out,
Yeah.
would I see any guards or, like even city guards? Or I guess city guards have been...
Yeah,
like,
you don't really even see. Yeah, you don't see many city guards. You haven't been. And then as far as like regular guards, it seems like these 2 elite guards are the ones that she came with. So you don't see any other guards.
Okay, then I would just, I would just run.
Bonus
back
action
to,
dash.
Yeah, bonus action dash.
Yeah.
Run, to just towards, we were staying at
Sea Salt Suites.
Sea Salt Suites.
Yeah.
Toward the docks, like not
Yeah.
necessarily directly towards Sea Salt Suites, just so I don't lead them right to it. But
For sure.
yeah, just like going towards a little bit where we were staying.
Yeah, I would say easily enough. You're able to like turn a corner or something so that on his next turn he can't like fire a crossbow at you or anything. And they're more focused on the protection of the vessel anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm gonna roll because they don't have any healing. So I'm gonna roll some death saving throws and stuff behind the scenes real quick. And some medicine checks as well.
I feel like I just did something in Valentine and Red Dead Redemption, and now I'm running away.
yeah. Okay. The fate of the vessel has been sealed. That's for you to find out. And you make your way back in, and as we saw in last week's session, you sneakily open up the window. You get elbowed by Rowina, and everything else.
I have something to tell you, but I'm not going to until later.
Absolutely amazing. If you don't have DM inspiration, you do now. Very well
come in
done.
handy for the final blow.
But since that has happened, you've definitely had a long rest since then. You've all had a long rest as you now wake up. As we jump forward in time, you wake up in this forest that you fell asleep the night before with all the crazy critters and the man-eating plants. But it is actually a pleasant morning. It is starting to get close to winter, and you are heading further south, so it's chilly this morning as you wake up. But you wake up feeling rested. You wake up feeling accomplished, maybe a little also scared. But you wake up, and the day is yours. So, what do you do?
Zeke's still alive.
I'm still alive.
We're having breakfast when we like ask Emory what's what? Hey,
Yeah.
mention that you had something to tell us.
Whatever you want to open up.
Wait, does Emory remember Aeliana? We keep
Oh,
forgetting
yes.
for this.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
It's
this
been
will
more
be
than-
this is going to be I think 50%.
So D20,
D100.
D100, 50%.
50 or below, you
I
will
don't.
remember Aeliana. You will
Oh, 50 or
remember.
below.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
92.
So you still do not quite remember Aeliana. But you do have
Days,
you have 4
probably.
days that this is like you most likely before you teleport you will remember. We'll check in each day. But yes, on this day you do not. But yeah, you wake up and we'll say that Xander's like, all right, listen, we went through the whole day yesterday, but where did you go 2 nights ago, and what happened?
I think you see, if you're paying attention, Emory like fiddling with the ring, the like sending ring. I don't think anybody knew that he got it out because it was during the battle. I like sleight of hand.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever
you took it through the battle.
And I guess I'd just like be sitting around whatever campfire or whatever like we have. Okay, you guys have to promise that you'll still love me and you'll still think that I'm good and want to be want me to be a part of this group. Okay, sorry, I'm making it sound really bad.
It really depends what you did.
Not
I guess.
bad. I met the vessel, the one that was with Ember. Because
yourself?
Thank you for saying it for me.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
No,
yeah,
no, you're right.
because
Yeah,
no offense,
yep,
who was gonna go with me, and I needed
would've.
answers.
I would have.
No,
All right.
no, nobody.
I probably wouldn't have.
Thank you, Ezekiel.
You're thanking Zeke for not going with you?
Yeah, because sometimes the more is not the merrier, I guess. Anyway, I just needed to know some things. I just needed to figure some things out, and it's from a me perspective. It's not necessarily the whole of the greater good, but I got some real clarity, and I stabbed her.
Nice.
And
I'm sorry, keep going.
And I would say that I killed her, but I don't know if I killed her. And I've been thinking about checking in on this ring. But she got taken away by some guards that were guarding her that were invisible, and they saw me, and I got away, and I don't think they know where we are, but
All right.
the Kavaxian Empire is going to stop at nothing to see the return of power.
Yeah.
And I needed to figure that out. I needed to hear it because I just did.
I'm honestly glad you got some clarity.
And I'm sorry that I left without you guys, and it just was gnawing at me, and it was just so uncomfortable, and they are not... I knew that the Kavaxian Empire was not good, but it's the drow element of it. And the way that she made it sound was that it doesn't matter if you, or at least what I understood, it doesn't matter if you're drow or not. If you're against them, they will kill you. And so
To be honest, I might have needed that clarity a little bit too, so.
Sorry.
No, I mean, you got it.
I mean, Rowina might not like me saying this, but I think you proved you can handle yourself, so...
Well,
I knew that he could handle himself.
No, I just mean, like...
Did you?
Of course, but...
I just mean he didn't have to apologize for going off by himself, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Well, after learning that, I do still want to be in a group with you, Emory, and I do still love you. So
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, thank God, because the last like day or two felt like I wasn't even here, you know? It was I was so distracted I couldn't really think straight.
You were
like,
really in your head. You were really.
I was really in my head. It felt like I was
get
watching
it.
it from the outside, you know?
Yeah.
It was like
I get that
Oh my
feeling.
God.
Yeah.
so. And I'm
I
sorry,
see-
and I promise, like, I want to be better. I want to be here, and I want to be 100%, and I couldn't be until I knew where I stood, and I know where I stand now.
I mean, I think communication is great. So, like, letting us know would have been nice, but I don't
Yeah,
think. But
yeah,
I don't think
and-
you need
and
to
I'm-
apologize. I genuinely,
Okay,
I don't.
okay, I'm not sorry, but I will do better.
Listen, you're a rogue. I know you want to do better, but it's inevitable you go off by yourself. So just kind of own it, I say.
I think Emory like looks at Rowena and goes to Ezekiel like he gets it.
Since when are we on his side? That was the whole thing, right?
He
That was
peed
the whole
himself. It was crazy.
Yeah, Zeke, how are you doing? Are you?
Can we not talk about this today, please?
I wasn't gonna, but now we have to know.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's plugged up that should be and
Yikes.
released that should be. So I think I'm good to tackle the day, as they say.
Good.
Well, that's a good question because I guess we're kind of like on a little mini vacation right now because like there's nothing really
Yes!
to do today.
I mean,
right?
we are hiding out from him.
for sure, but I'm saying like there's
Yeah,
nothing we
no.
need.
I get
to,
it.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have
that's
errands
nice.
to run. We don't got to yet.
So what do we do?
Be careful, don't touch any glowing orbs that you see
Yeah,
in the
no glowing orbs.
forest.
I think I honestly might
Um,
just rest.
I later today I would like to. I'm gonna go off into the and have a little moment of reflection. If anybody wants to join me, for the people that were lost in Darriok.
Oh, that's really nice, Walter.
If
Sure,
anybody
I'd
wants to
love
join me, nobody has to.
Yeah, I think
Is
I
this
will.
like a
I
god
will.
thing?
Doesn't have to be.
It's not for me. That makes you feel any better or worse, or I don't know how you feel.
I don't know.
Do you have a god, Zeke? Are you a man of God?
No. I mean, I know gods exist, but I'm an atheist.
So you're choosing
What?
ignorance?
I guess, yeah. I'm choosing ignorance.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Hey.
Not for me. I can kind of tell the future, so that's kind of like being a god myself.
Yikes.
Okay.
I don't know if that's exactly being a god. It's like a lot of people kind of have a specialized skill set. It's more like you have a degree.
What else does God do besides tell the future?
Create.
Bestow. Yeah.
I brought people back to life through Brarn and
Define the rules of reality.
Kind of just like all of it.
Well, I guess the create thing I'm not really doing. I'm pretty sure I'm barren.
Oof.
you. It doesn't mean
My God.
life necessarily.
Well,
Listen,
So we're just gonna be here talking for 4 days? That's what we're gonna do?
Pretty
We're
much.
gonna learn so much about Zeke.
Oh god.
Zeke, so are you just kind of planning on, just out of curiosity, are you just kind of planning on like just being here?
Well, I mean, I can kind of skedaddle down the road whenever you want me to, but I figured I'd go on this Banished style thing and help you out there if you wanted. And then I don't think I'm going to be taking part in no costume party or whatever afterwards.
All right.
A shame.
Maybe you'll like Waldria. Seems to be a barren wasteland with no morals.
Oh.
It sounds fun to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess I
I was
am
a
barren
little bummed that I
wasteland.
got so close and I didn't get to go.
Oliver, this reflection thing, is this like a meditation? Like, are we keeping our clothes on or...
Oh, that is a really good question.
It could be whatever you want it to be.
For you, what is it going to be?
But yeah, what are you going to be doing?
You could do whatever you want.
But
No,
it's not about what we're doing. It's about what
I just
you're
need
doing.
to
Yeah.
set my expectations.
I will keep my clothes on, and Oliver does usually keep his clothes on. It's a private thing. He does not just walk around naked all the time, as much as he wants to. No, it's I'll keep my
I'll
clothes on.
come.
Would
Yeah,
be a weird
think-
way to mourn the dead.
Yes,
I think it would be a nice thing to do, so I will come as well. All right.
Where are you gonna go?
No idea. Probably not by those plants.
Yeah,
Other than
no.
that, I don't know. Just find a nice, quiet little place.
All right. Is there anything that anybody else would like to get up to on this first little vacay day? Yeah. Danny?
I think probably just for a couple different reasons, but also for our like ration supply, probably hunt a little bit if like what kind of beasts are around, animal life.
Yeah. I think if you mention that you're going to do that, Xander would love to come.
Cool.
Yeah. As a hunter himself. So yeah, the two of you can go off hunting. Go ahead and make a survival check at advantage with Xander helping you out.
Yes.
Xander's such a helpful guy.
Yeah.
Add advantage. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. Yeah. You're able to you guys kind of hunt for a couple of hours, chit-chatting occasionally, but maybe just being in a comfortable silence with one another as you stalk the forest. And eventually he catches with his heightened senses of an approaching family of deer. And it seems that there's an older buck, a younger buck,
An uncle buck.
an uncle buck, an older buck, a younger buck, and looks like a mom, a doe.
Female deer.
And so he aims for one of the bucks. You do the same, I'm assuming. And a couple hours later, Danny and Xander both return to the camp with the deer draped over their shoulders. Definitely
Nice.
going to be able to last you this time here for sure.
So, question, Zach.
Yeah,
This is more for just flavor more than anything.
yeah.
There wouldn't happen to be any like magical beasts around these parts, specifically like a just this is displacer beast maybe. They don't-
Well,
they don't-
displacer beasts are much. No, there would definitely not be a displacer beast here.
Okay.
No. Yeah,
That's fine.
they are more mountainous cave-dwelling creatures.
Cool.
If you found any magical creatures here, they would be. I don't think you would. To be honest, I think this
Cool.
is just a normal forest. Yeah.
That's fine then.
Emory, you also raised your hand about.
Yeah, I did. I would it just in private, in quiet, with the intention of telling the party, now that it's the next day, speak into that ring
Okay.
and see if I get a response.
Okay, what do you say?
Oh, what did she say? I'll just say, I'm like really nervous. I'm like pacing and I just go.
You go through vocal warm-ups.
Was that drow enough for you?
Oh my god.
Just in case she does answer, I want it to sound badass, you know?
For sure, yeah. What I will say is, based on the spell, you know that the message is received. And she leaves you on red.
Damn it.
She does not respond, but you do know that the spell is successful and that she is alive.
Okay. Delivered.
She was stabilized.
Read. She was stabilized. Well, hopefully. So I would go to Rowina.
Okay.
And I would say, hey.
Hey.
Don't be weird.
You're being
I'm not
very
being
weird.
We're just...
Listen to you. You're being so
Hi, how are
weird.
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay, I'm sorry that I went off by myself, but I'm not sorry that I went off by myself, and I just want to say that I know that sometimes it freaks you out, and I know that if the roles were reversed and anything happened to you when you were by yourself, I would fucking lose my shit. And so I know that we've had this back and forth a lot, but some stuff is becoming really abundantly clear to me right now, and I'm having a little bit of internal revelation. I just wanted to say thank you for being patient with me, and I love you, and I'm glad you're my sister, and I didn't kill the vessel.
Okay. Doesn't entirely surprise me. We've seen people come back to life, and I just want you to know I don't think that you can't handle yourself. I don't think that you need me around. I think I can handle myself too, and I got eaten by a giant plant a few hundred feet away from the party and almost
to be
took
fair,
everyone down
that
with
happened
me.
to a lot of us.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is being able to handle yourself isn't necessarily always the important thing. Sometimes it's having people there to get you out of the situation.
Yeah.
And we don't always have to be with you, but we have to know where you are.
Yeah.
In case you need us.
Yeah.
And I love you, and it's okay.
I'll just like you know how like little brothers or like kids when they go to hug you and they just like body slam you too hard, and like it's just like a full body thing. I think I would like run into her and just like almost knock the wind out of her and just like hug her really big.
Cute.
Well, you may not have killed that vessel, but I'm pretty sure I killed the other vessel before we killed the dragon. So we got one.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I didn't mean to. I didn't go in there thinking that was going to happen, but then she was talking about like cleansing bloodlines and like you don't know what you're capable of, and like you haven't even tapped into your drow potential. And I was like, bitch, what even is my drow potential? I'm even like half drow. And then she was all like, well, I think that you should join us or whatever she fucking said. And I was like, honestly, it sounds really boring. And then I stabbed her.
I mean, that seems really fair, and it's good clarity. I do think, we know what their side is, but I do think we still have to remember that just because the people actively attacking us feel that way doesn't mean, our mother was part of a group that didn't feel that way at all. So we just have to keep our eyes open for those that maybe don't deserve what's coming.
And I think the important distinction that I would like to recognize is the Kovaxian Empire is different from Drow.
Yes. Speaking of our mother.
Yes.
I wonder, because we just can't do anything about it right now, right? Not...
yeah, like... And Reyna and Oliver's dad, and like there's just a lot of back burner right now.
Okay,
and Danny wants to do this festival. Is that crazy? Am I the only one who's like not really caring about it?
I think we could use some levity, but I also think that I can't just let this thing with our mother go. And okay, this is gonna sound crazy, and everybody else is gonna say no. Well, not everybody, maybe just Oliver. But I think our mother has an entire city of people who would have done anything for her. And I think on one hand, that's huge to us. And also, would they not do anything to help her? Why are we assuming that we have to be the ones to save her? What if we told Damien and maybe Linda, definitely Damien, he would help her. He would.
Whoa.
It
Whoa.
would break his heart, but wouldn't he?
Yeah. And the Vendraguard would go nuts.
But nothing. And they have more resources than we do, or I'm sure they could get more resources. And then if our mother was back, or even if she just, we have an entire city of people who we are sort of next in line to be the, I don't know what it is,
No, yeah, I'm
but
feeling it.
we're not alone.
Yes.
Should we contact Damien? Should we tell
Yes.
everybody?
Well, based on kind of the pact that I feel like I inadvertently made.
We should tell
We
everybody.
should, yeah.
All right. So I don't know where are we? What point in the day is it?
I don't know. Maybe everybody's starting to get together to go do whatever Oliver has planned.
Um.
And so it's kind of like late. It's like afternoonish.
Yeah, I would like, as everybody's kind of gathering stuff up, just can Emory and I talk to you all for just a moment before we go?
Yeah.
So this thing with our mother, and she's back in her, I don't know what's,
She's fighting for her life out there.
We completely understand that we need to make sure all of your families are safe and follow through with the promises we've made, and absolutely, but I think we need to tell Damien what's happening so that somebody can be trying to help her. And we just wanted to be honest with everyone before we do that. I'll look at Emory, like, give a thumbs up. Does anybody...
Kelsey, you're muted.
Or just talking quiet.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there you
It's
are.
back. That was weird. Like, didn't light up, but I was just as going to. As far as I'm concerned, it's your family, so please, yes, whatever information you want to share, right?
I know that some of us have feelings about Damien, rightfully so. However, I think that he's proved that when it comes to the two of you, he's going to do what he can to keep you safe, so I don't necessarily see the harm in it.
Yep.
Well, and Rowina said really just super hyped me up. Like, if we get our mom back, that means that the Vendraguard get their leader back, and who better to take into battle against, like, it's like part 2.
Why they started in the first place.
Yeah.
We could definitely get a number of allies on our side. That's true.
All right, well, after this, I think I'll use the sending stone to contact Damien, and we'll see.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, and sorry, just for the sake of transparency, I did check in. I don't think I killed the vessel. So that might be a thing that comes down the line, and I just want everybody to know about it.
Well, if anything, you showed us that just find the right moment and we can take them out.
Yeah. Watch out for the invisible elite.
Sounds like they're not necessarily, super sturdy. So
actually, that's a really good point, what you both just said, especially you there, Emory. Oh. Blazaria said when we were fighting her, you think we never learn. Well, we need to learn too. Mm-hmm. This is twice now that their ability to be invisible has caused us problems. We need to prepare for that. We need to be ready for that next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe we can search for a magic item, or I don't know if anybody has the ability to have any spells that could figure something out. But
I can see invisible things 2 times.
All right.
I still have that gem of seeing that I never used.
Yeah, I can highlight invisible creatures all around us for everyone.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, if I successfully do Sickening Radiance, then they are not invisible.
Right, so we have a multitude of ways.
The fuck out of them.
Yep, keep our wits about us.
Danny's fast enough that he can just check every inch of the area really quickly.
With his
Do a
arms.
grid.
It's just like,
Not the
running
best
around.
method.
It's not, no. But I'm just saying, we all have our own methods.
It's an option.
Yeah, I can sniff them out. All right.
What do we all smell like?
Yeah.
Oh, Danny, you smell like petrichor.
Yep.
Oliver, you smell like iron. To be honest, maybe
Sick.
mixed with a little like hot iron, like it's been sitting out in the sun, not like it's being
Please
warmed.
stop. I'm blushing.
Aeliana, you smell like just floral in many different ways. Emory, you smell honestly like leather. You wear a lot of leather, so you smell like leather. But also, it's hard to explain. When you have heightened senses, you smell cold.
I smell cold.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a bad thing. Like, Oliver smells hot. You smell cold. Rowina, you, and I don't mean this in a bad way, you smell like Rowina. I've never smelled a scent like yours before.
I think that's nice, I think.
No, it is. It's mossy. It's earthy, but in a pleasant way.
Can you smell yourself?
Yeah, I can.
Don't smell Ezekiel.
I smell like dog.
Oh yes, please don't tell us what Ezekiel
Did you
smells like.
skip Zeke for a reason?
Please.
Yep, we know the answer.
I prestidigitate
All right,
him
great.
again, just
There's not enough magic in the world that can get rid of
I
it.
never really thought to describe this. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, so do you want us to be here when you contact Damien, or do we want to go do Oliver's? It's up to you.
Emory, what do you think?
I will say
let's-
you've contacted Damien enough at this point to realize that you will contact him, and then
And then he'll show up.
he will most likely use the project image spell to like show
Yeah.
up where you are.
Let's pay homage to Dariok. Let's take that space and that time, and then whatever happens with Damien, we can have the time to see that through.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. So, Oliver, what are we doing?
Well, I was just gonna sit in silence.
Oh, we're just here?
I mean, yeah, we can go find it. Let's go find a spot out of this cave, get some sun on us if we can. But
Yeah, easily enough. I'll say you're able to find just a nice little clearing with rays of sunshine, making this chilly autumn day slightly warmer in this place. Still overcast, but it's bright, and you hear the wildlife around you and find it to be a peaceful, satisfactory location.
I think the way Oliver does it, the way that he meditates in the morning, which you've all seen, is he gets out of his armor and like lays down his hammer and shield all very like meticulously, and takes out like his smith tools and like just like lays out all his tools in like an ornamental fashion, and then kind of sits amongst them.
Xander sits. Is anybody not here?
I followed. I'm there.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. Sounds like everybody's here then.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming everybody kind of
Sit.
follows suit and sits
Mhm.
cross-legged. Oliver, do you lead them through anything, or does everybody just kind of have a silent moment here?
Sit.
No, I mean it doesn't lead him
Okay.
or anything. And I mean, even says like you don't have to sit here. You could get up and walk around, whatever feels right to you. This is what works for me.
Does anyone... actually, here, let's do this. So, Oliver, we'll start with you. As you sit here and think about the events of the last 48 hours, what do you focus on? Where does your mind wander? Where's your head at as you sit here in this moment of recollection?
But all the people that were lost. I mean, he saw the black dragon attack the city, and just maybe focusing on that, and then sitting with, because the way he's thinking about his scars is he's looking at them as reminders of the times that he has failed to protect his friends. So I think he's maybe just kind of sitting with that for a while.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you try to reach out to Barnett at all, or do you just
I don't think
more
it's
on the events?
Focus more on the events. I'm not like actively reaching out, but I'm like opening.
Yeah,
you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Aeliana?
That she's thinking about all the people that helped. Like, she's thinking about Boldreer and making a note to see if he's okay. Like, thinking about the seal doors, thinking about how we got here. I think as she is sitting there with her eyes closed, kind of just being present and thoughtful, she's like, I'm imagining these kind of illusions are sort of like appearing and disappearing just around her, like the thoughts or the fate, like a loose, face or place or color or whatever, the rain, like just things that make her think of Dariok, because it was, I mean, as much as it was a lot and very hard, like that was her home for a time. So just sort of like cycling through these memories, I think.
And I think it definitely hits you how much I mean, it's been over a year, but you and the party have been through, and how much you've changed, and how much your life trajectory has changed, and how much unknown for you is now known, and yet still so much unknown. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What about you, Zeke? What are you thinking about here in this moment?
I think most of Zeke's thoughts are consumed by how stupid he thinks prayer is.
Okay, yeah.
Just like get together and just sit in silence for a while and think about who knows. And then Zeke thinks about all the times that he spent pretending to pray with Jace, a cleric, in his old adventuring party, and how stupid he thought it was then.
Yeah.
But then he thinks about all the fun times they had as an adventuring party, even though he complained about it all the time, and he gets a little melancholy, and then just sits in silence, just kind of reflecting on his life up to this point.
Yeah. Emory, what about you?
I mean, I think that, this being kind of the second or third time that I've left Dariok, or like been outside of Dariok, thinking about just like how scary it was the first time, how resistant I was, and now how like easy it is to flux in all of these different ways. And then I think that kind of brings me back to the vessel asking me to like embrace my drow heritage, and like what the fuck does that mean,
of course,
and then like leading to the thoughts and feelings of being with Rowina and Linda in the forest and learning and feeling that, and why can't I access that, and why can't I have that? It's mine, it was mine, what does it mean? And kind of just like circling through like all of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back to you. Remind me to come back to you.
Okay, hey Zach, come back to me.
Okay, later. Rowina,
Okay.
What about you?
I think Rowena finds herself a little spot and um she doesn't pray or anything like that. So she takes out her journal and starts to journal. And I think she's trying really hard. Like she does feel a lot of guilt and like responsibility for the people who were lost in Dariak.
Yeah.
But having just come to this conclusion that they're going to tell Damien about their mother, I think that she's having a really hard time actually focusing on Dariak right now, and ends up kind of uh, journaling out the words that she wants to say to Damien to explain to him what happened and what they're going to ask of him.
Yeah. Okay. Totally. Danny, what about you?
I think in this moment he's more watching over everybody else have their moments. I think he's just trying to be present to make sure that like everything's fine. Still kind of paranoid about us being sucked into plant pods yesterday.
Yeah.
We don't know what could go on in the forest. So just kind of he's more watching over everybody else.
Yeah. You would see as you watch over everybody else that Xander is very fidgety and antsy and struggling with this. And then there's a moment where he's kind of still, and then he like shakes out of it in a kind of like a start. And he just kind of quietly stands up and respectfully walks away from the group. Emory, as you're taking this moment to really reflect on things, you are sitting here thinking, and you let your eyes open for a moment, and your eyes land on Aeliana, and as soon as they do, all of the memories that you have had with her come rushing back, and I would say it's hard to not get a little teary-eyed as you realize what you were missing and the emotional hit of all of that coming back to you as you remember everything with her.
I think that if we're all, did Aeliana come with us? She did?
Yeah, everybody's here, yeah. Xander has left now, so you don't see Xander, but yeah.
Little paintings appearing and disappearing.
And you have your eyes closed?
Yes.
I think Emory would like very quietly stand up and go and sit and like, are you sitting like on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
I would sit like crisscross behind her and just like lean my back on her back.
Oh, that's amazing. I think honestly, I think it's a nice moment if Aeliana, you know what that means.
Yep.
In this moment. And you feel that connection. How does that feel for you?
She just sort of like leans back and I think reaches for Emory's hand behind. And just like if she can find it, just like squeeze it really tight.
Yeah. Amazing.
My friend!
Thank you all for reflecting on this.
I need fan art of that.
Yeah, oh my god. I
need
sure.
to see that.
You know what was crazy is I just went back and I was rereading. I was looking through the stuff that I've written as Emory, and I was gonna like find something that was like a passage about Dariak, and the first thing that came up was I wrote the like backstory of how Aeliana and I met, and I was like, what if Emory saw that and was like, wait a minute, what? So this is like very beautiful that this happened.
Absolutely amazing. If all of you, if you didn't have DM inspiration, you do now. If you did have DM inspiration, then you get a +1 to any roll that you have for the rest of this session.
Shit. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
So it's only this session, but you can choose to use a +1 at any time.
What if I don't need my inspiration?
Like before you leave the campaign?
Yeah.
Take the +1.
Then you can give it to somebody.
Okay, we'll see who's nice to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Rowina.
I don't need your inspiration that badly.
So I'll say while all of this is happening, Xander's left, Emory and Aeliana are together. You all take this serene moment and feel a little bit of personal fulfillment, but also feel close with as a group with one another. And then that moment kind of passes. Maybe everybody gets up at the same time. Maybe everybody kind of slowly leaves and
Give every a big hug
trickles
around
out.
the way. It's just like
Yeah.
Actually, I think I would probably, as everyone's like getting up and getting more comfortable, I would probably go over to Oliver really quickly and just be like, "Hey, you might want to go check on Xander. He looks like he was having a time.
Yeah.
He might just need some meditation, just some meditation, like coaching."
Yeah, I have some. I've actually had some ideas for him and Emory. Yeah, and you. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay,
Number one.
I'm doing great.
He's like, I'm a monk.
Good.
So
Just something you might enjoy. Yeah, I'll go find him.
All right. So yeah, so you you go and try to find Xander. He's back at the main camp, and is just tending to the fire when you approach him.
Have trouble sitting still?
Yeah, sorry. I hope I didn't interrupt or anything.
No,
just
not at all.
He kind of like sees that you're the only one there right now. He's like,
Danny sent me after you.
yeah. I don't talk about it much, but what I went through down there, or up there, or however you think about it, it makes it hard to be alone with my thoughts. To be honest, I'm kind of dreading seeing William again. Because
Why?
I'm different now.
You're still his brother. The way that he talked about you and the way that you're his hero. You still are.
And I don't think I should be. I mean, all of it, you know, we joked about it when we first met, and I know you were just trying to help me, and you did. But I fell into a cult.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a member. I believed it. I was, and then the things that I did under their power. I wasn't just held down there. I was forced to do things. It's like I watched my body from a window of my eyes, as if I was stuck in my own head and someone else was piloting.
I can't imagine what you went through, and I'm sorry that you did. But, I mean, that wasn't you, Xander. And I know I'm one to talk, but you can either let your past consume you, or you can learn from it. And look at everything that you've accomplished. I mean, yes, you were part of a cult, but you came out the other side.
I don't know, maybe Zeke's right. Maybe some of that brainwashing still exists, and I need to get rid of whatever this is. But I'm afraid to do that because I'm afraid I'll be useless without it.
I can relate to that, and he'll pull out the sphere. I have similar feelings about this.
Yeah.
And I know it's different from what you're going through, but I think don't listen to Zeke so much, but I think that is a decision you don't need to make now, but maybe it's something you should think about.
Yeah.
Zeke's wrong about a lot of things.
So, like, he's kind of So, like, what's our plan with him? If you could have your druthers.
If I could have my druthers?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a nice guy. He seems to... Yeah, is he a nice guy?
I don't know.
He's helpful, and
well, that spell he cast on you during the dragon battle was amazing.
And that rod that he has was super helpful. I think he
Imagine that spell that he cast on you on Danny.
On Danny? I've thought about it a lot.
Oh my
god. I think Zeke can stick around as long as Zeke wants, for what I'm concerned. I think we need all the help that we can get.
We know you're concerned.
Nice. I'll pull up my brand.
He does it too. You rub them on each other? No.
No.
He will, like, he'll pull that up and he'll say, "You're not gonna brand him, are you?"
I haven't thought about it. I don't think he would want to, and he might just die if I did it. I don't know. I don't know if he can handle it.
He's like simultaneously kind of powerful and also very fragile.
Brittle, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to. Oh. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. It's been fixed.
Now Angie's a concern, so.
Nothing happened. If you're listening to this on the audio version. So yeah, you two kind of wrap up this conversation. He stands up and he says, "Are you gonna think it's weird if I hug you right now?"
No.
He hugs you, and he he makes out with you, and then he gives you a hug, and everybody else slowly starts making their way back. Emory and Rowina, where do you guys go to contact Papa?
Papa.
I feel like
Papa.
we could find a place like just outside of where we're camped, so that we're still like pretty close to everyone. Maybe they could even like hear, but we're not like bringing him into a big group of people.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can say you like
guiding bolt distance. That's fine.
Yeah. You guys are like packed into you guys are like packed into like a small cave, and you kind of just like go out into the side of that cave. And what do you do?
And I would use the sending stone and just say, "We need to talk."
Like 2 minutes pass by, and
Call me.
the vision of Damien appears in front of you, and he's kind of smirking, and he says, "I definitely did not expect to talk to you this much so soon, and I'm very excited about it. And Emory's here. Hello, Emory. You weren't here last night."
No.
Well, I talked to Damien. I should have told you that I talked to Damien last night.
What?
Oh, sorry.
We just chatted.
You're getting on me about talking.
No, you're right. You're right. We'll talk about this later.
Oh God.
All right.
Being a brother.
Honestly, that makes me somewhat frustrated as well, because I did tell her to tell you I said hi, and now you don't know I said that.
I mean, to be fair, I was. Anyway,
I'm just kidding. I should probably. We're not at the joking phase. What can I do for you?
So.
You see that he's like the vision of him is like sitting in a chair and like holding something in his hand that he seems to be drinking out of, but you don't see any of this. It looks like he's pantomiming it all.
Oh my God, he's doing scene work. He's practicing for his debut.
So we maybe should have told you. So we maybe need the help of you and the Venger God, or I guess our mother needs your help.
Does he? Have you guys talked to him? You did. Did you tell him that Emory died and that the soul?
I don't think
She
we.
was
or that
gone.
the stone? Did
We-
you did say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
we told
he was
him-
there. Yeah.
I think he knew.
Knew she was gone. Didn't know where she ended up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because Emory was unconscious, and so I
Yes.
warned Damien in
Yes.
case that happened.
Yes, I
But
understand.
he doesn't know that she's
But he
gone.
doesn't know that she's in her
Yeah.
own body now. Yeah.
Right.
Because we didn't know that.
Yeah.
When that happened.
So you found
So-
her?
Sort of.
Buckle up.
It seems like when Emory came back and her soul didn't have a place to go, it found itself back in her body.
But her
Mm-hmm. He's putting it together.
That is not good.
And we have several other people in our party whose family members are in danger, and we want to help her more than anything, but I thought you might be able to start sooner than we can.
Yes. I'll inform the council. We'll start looking for the sisters. Thank you for telling me. Time is of the essence. Your mother. Fate is a powerful entity. I worry. What could happen to your mother's soul exposed to her for too long?
Will you please let us know everything?
Of course. My resources will be elsewhere, my attention as well. I might not be as much help to you in the coming days as I focus on this.
Okay. It's okay. We are okay for a few days at least.
They've been professionals at hiding their existence for decades. It will take some time, but I know where to start looking.
Does Damien know about the book?
No, I don't think so.
No. I don't know if it will help your search at all, but we do have this, and I think I have the book in the bag of holding, so I'll take it out. I won't open it.
What is this?
From what we understand, when you open it, it's like a two-way mirror. We can see her, but she can also see us.
Where have you seen her? What is around her? And just as a reminder, it's just a stone,
So, like,
but it's like not.
yeah.
It's not crafted stone. It's carved stone.
Just a carved stone room. I wish there was a way I could actually give this to you. I feel like if the magic uses, there may be a way to trace her, but I don't know how.
Where are you?
In a forest, in a cave outside Dariok. Ways outside Dariok.
Can you leave it there? I could have someone there in a number of days to find it. You'd have to be able to keep it safe for a number of days.
Yes, I mean, we'll be here for 3 more days, is that right?
Oh, all right. I'll have
2
someone.
more days.
I'll have someone come and fetch it.
Okay. I will, we've
I'll
got
ask
some time,
Linda.
so
She
I'll
should
find...
have someone who's closer and hopefully
Who?
faster.
Yes. Linda.
Oh, Linda.
I'll find a good place if we leave before they get here. I'll find a good place to hide it and make sure I let you know where it is, or let her know where it is.
All right. Please, both of you, be careful, and I'll update you as soon as I've heard anything.
You too.
You see, he can't help but smile ever so slightly at that, and he then stands in his invisible chair and says, "I must get to work," and he just drops the spell.
Ah! Oh.
Do you think Danny's gonna be mad that we are gonna give away this book?
Yeah. I think that he was on board with what it was about, so whatever helps. And
True.
also, Danny's gonna be mad at what Danny's gonna be mad at, you know?
Yes, yeah.
He's got a lot of
I'm
other
sorry I
good
didn't
qualities.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you I talked to Damien. That's kind of what got me in that trouble last night in the first place.
No, it's okay. It kind of validates me. We're a lot more alike than I think sometimes.
I know that you struggle with what it means to be a drow and what that looks like, and I just also struggle when people compare me, and I needed to talk to Damien about it.
Well, good luck.
All right, well, let's go tell everybody else.
And I'll tell Oliver I tried to stab him, but it was too late. You know?
It's not technically not untrue. All right. So, for the sake of brevity, is there anything else that you or your character would like to get up to in these number of days leading up to the teleportation device being available?
So much.
Yes, Aeliana.
Muted.
Or just quieter.
Muted.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
just you weren't muted. It's just not picking you up unless you're close.
I think that my mic is messed up today. Something is wrong.
Man, that might got you messed up.
So remind me, if you will, because I'm looking through all my notes. Ned Plum.
Yes.
What did he write about? What was his expertise? I know that he was in the adventuring group, and I know that he works in the library.
Yes.
He was not a professor.
No.
We have his wand, and
Yes.
I kind of want to do ascending, trying to use the wand as like a connection to him and ask him some questions, but I couldn't remember if he had any information that would be like
Curses
super
and
valuable.
consequences, he wrote.
So yeah, he wrote Curses and Consequences.
Like, would he know anything about Muldrak, or potentially like, I don't know. Black Hat is
he
up
wrote
to.
he wrote another. I need to find the. I had a separate document for the library. Hold on just a second.
No worries. This is out of nowhere. But I'm like, what can I do in 4 days to get information without being near any source of information?
All right, so. Hey, come on. Pacts and Devilish Deals.
Okay, so maybe.
He wrote about.
Okay, I have an idea.
Let me just see if there's any. There was the one that. What's his name said? Eric.
Curses and Consequences?
Yeah, Curses and Consequences.
I have that one. I think it was just the 2.
Yeah, it looks like that's just the 2. Yeah.
Okay. So as Aeliana, I think Aeliana spends a good amount of time painting the walls of the cave.
yeah, love it.
And as she's doing this, and like this is kind of the first time that she's had this opportunity, like a lot of time to paint and like really just focus on the creative side. And I think that clears her mind in a way where she's starting to put things together that may have gotten lost in the shuffle and the speed of everything.
Yeah.
And she keeps going back to the fact that we're pissed off at the Black Hat. We don't want a middleman, right? Z keeps threatening to leave. So it's like, will we be able to have him talk to Muldrak and ask him a lot more questions? We don't know how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
So maybe Ned Plum knows something about how to sever a person from their pact. Like, because clearly the Black Hat has done something with Muldrak to get power.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't remember who has Ned Plum's wand. but we
You
have
just
it in
stole
the
it as a
party
group.
somewhere.
I think,
Yeah, we have it. So I think maybe I would take that and try to cast Sending. I've never met him.
No, but you're from there, and I would say...
The item helps, or is that a different spell?
That's your scrying.
That's a different spell,
Ah,
but
okay.
you've been there and you've been to the library. I would not be surprised if you have seen him in passing. You didn't
Okay,
know
okay.
who he was, but you saw
Right.
the old librarian guy.
The old dude.
You know,
Okay,
and
cool.
so I think you
Yep.
put a name to it later. And so, yeah, you easily enough can send Sending
Cool.
to Ned.
So I'm going to say, why don't we say, I'll just go fast. We'll say,
And honestly, you have 4 days, so if you kind of just like want to talk it out, what you want to talk to him about, we
basically it's like, curious to understand if there's any way to separate a recipient of a pact from their devilish pact power source from the outside.
Okay. He would, you know, after all
Also,
the pleasant...
so nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I
after
heard
all the
so much
pleasantries
about-
of like, oh, it's been a while since someone's
So much about
contacted me
you.
this way,
Wow.
and you know, something like that. Oh, so Rain using it. Like,
Oh yeah. I have Gray in my ring. By the way, he says hi.
After all the pleasantries, he would tell you that devil packs are very strong, and very powerful, but devils themselves are very tricky, and so there's probably no way, if Moldrak and the Black Hat both enjoy and like this pact that is happening, there is probably no way for you to break it.
Okay.
But if you somehow found out the parameters of this pact and either made or convinced the Black Hat to break the pact in some way by doing something that he shouldn't do, that would remove the pact. You could also, and he advises against this, you could also reach out to the devil and make a pact yourself.
Right.
Or a deal yourself. And then lastly, killing either member. And he also says that devils are the weakest where their spirit calls home. Meaning, if you can find where they live corporeally most in the 9 hells, that you could permanently take them out.
So even if he is here currently, because he says he's corporeal here.
Yes.
So if we killed him here, he'd be weakest, or we have to go.
No,
send
you
him
would.
back.
You can still kill him here. He
But
would
it'd be
be the
harder.
weakest. There's like ways that you can, if you go to a devil or a demon's
Yep.
place of being in the 9 hells, that devil or demon will come there. Like and
Got it.
and you know what I mean. Like
Yep.
you wouldn't even like that. It's like a vampire in their coffin. It's like
They're like, shit, my ring went off.
exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Okay.
but outside of that, there's nothing. They're powerful enough that there's nothing really you can do outside of like a wish spell
Yep.
or something like that to break it. The smartest thing to do would be to convince the mortal to break the pact. The
Okay.
second best thing to do would be to make a deal yourself. But that's
Which we're not doing. Okay.
I guess another third option or fifth or whatever that is implied in this is making a deal with a different devil.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, I mean, there is like that. That's also an
Interesting.
implied solution.
Cool. Okay.
So I would
and
say
then
that's
if,
what you get out of him for that.
And if there was any other, if there was one more quick question I could tag on, since he has more information. at
Yeah,
his
you have multiple
fingertips,
days and multiple
to ask
sendings.
if there are any clerics of Knave in Woldjar,
Ooh.
and if not, where would they be closest?
Okay, that's a really good question. He tells you. That's a great question, actually. Let me see.
Great question. Great question.
Right.
Good question. Good question.
Thank you.
Let me Google it real quick.
Let me Google this real
Clerics of
quick. Ned Plum's like, let me just.
Okay, so Actually, hold on.
Google is just a powerful divination wizard in this world.
Thanks, Zeke.
Ezekiel is Google.
That's so funny.
Ezekiel is
Yeah.
Google.
Hey, Ezekiel, where's
I
the
think
nearest
Zeke is
shawarma?
probably like Ask
Ask
Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Oh, yeah.
Dog
Oh
pile or
my
whatever that
God. That's so good.
Great minds.
So Knave is the goddess of trickery and illusion, just to remind you. And he says that because there's a difference between a cleric of Knave and a member of the clerics of Knave, if that makes sense. He tells you he doesn't know of any whereabouts of them, but that because Woldriar is a big enough city, there would be a worshiper of Knave there at the Temple of Gods, and that would be the best route. So like even if it doesn't help you in Woldriar, like finding a cleric of Knave by title in any city would be your best effort of like finding someone who's actually from that adventuring party.
Great. Okay, perfect. And she would thank him profusely and ask him if he would like his wand back at any point.
He would no, he would say
She'd offer to bring it back.
He would say treat her well and show her some adventure.
Okay, cool. Cool. So she spent the entire, I think, day just like painting and sorting this all out.
Yeah. Love that. What else? Anybody else? What are you getting up to, Rowina?
I know I did a lot. I'm sorry. I'll be fast. I just knowing that we have some time would find a good hiding place for the book if we need it. But I also would use the sending stone to Linda a couple of times just to like catch up.
Okay.
And I would also offer on a day that I wasn't like I would catch up with Linda one day and then the next day I would offer it to Emory, see if he wants to talk to Linda, catch up with Linda at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Just like very
Yeah.
for me it would be very typical, like here's what we've been doing, like
Yeah.
miss you.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing.
So Linda, listen.
Linda, listen.
I'm gonna need some help. Remember all those magic lessons we did? Can we get those back? Can you help me find my drow? What does that even mean? I'm really preoccupied with it. Anyway, love you. Hope you're well.
She would tell you that because she doesn't know the real situation, but she would say that like, you are not a drow, you are not a tiefling, you are Emory.
I'm a secret third thing.
And that you just need to find what that means to you, and it can mean whatever you want.
I remember I have a flashback of Danny's letter when he left of like, stop trying to be what you think you are and be what you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody keeps telling me this and I'm just now getting on board.
Well, like every young person ever. And she would tell you that she would be delighted to work with you on your magic more when you have time.
If I can.
Yeah. She would also tell you that she is sending, I forget her name off the top of my head, but the orc druid. But she's not gonna be there in time.
Oh, okay.
So you will have to hide the book somewhere, but I'll say that you easily can do so. You know, you can even just like bury it somewhere and they'll be able to use the plants to find the place. Like it can easily be done. Do you mention to anybody that you're leaving the book behind, or do you do this in secret?
I think after we had the conversation with Damien, like immediately after, I would think I would have told everybody what we were doing.
Does anybody try to stop her from leaving the book behind? Okay, just making sure.
Really I like definitely look at Danny a lot of the time that I'm telling the story.
What kind of a book is this? I like books. I'll take it.
I mean, it's only really useful to the people that
Not
are
that
currently
kind
in
of
possession
book.
of it.
There's not really any text.
Not that kind of book.
Oh, there's no
hardly a
text.
book.
Yeah, no text.
What is this,
Like,
like a?
Don't open it
to
unless you have
witches.
to, kind of a.
Oh, it's like a coloring book or whatever.
Whatever you don't like is what it is.
Coloring book.
Yeah, it's a coloring book.
Okay, well, I don't want it then.
Who doesn't like coloring book?
What's a coloring book?
It's a
Aeliana
book you
looks a
color.
little hurt at him saying he is. She tries to hide it, but doesn't do a great job.
Okay, anybody else? Oliver.
I do just want to check in with the captives, see how they're doing while we're sitting here. The
Of
3
course.
people, my dad,
Yeah.
Rowina, and his mom.
Oh, captives.
Uh,
So you said captains, and I was like, who?
so,
I definitely check in with Danny's mom away from Danny just because I'm expecting bad news, and
yeah. So your dad is good. He's in like the angry phase about all of this, which is probably the best phase he could be in.
right.
So like you're kind of okay with that. He tells you that he has not seen any more of that guy who he didn't recognize. Because I'm assuming you would have asked about that.
Yeah. And any identifying information about where they are, but
he tells you that they only ever see their cells and that they're underground somewhere. He tells you that it's carved rock, it's not stone. So he assumes they're underground. Reyna is like in a quiet defiance, but she's doing good. She tells you to tell Emory that she's okay and to try to keep Emory safe. Danny's mother has had both of her legs amputated. And is in a lot of pain and is suffering quite a bit.
I'll go to Aeliana. I have bad news about Danny's mom, and I don't know how to tell him.
I couldn't help but overhear the conversation.
Oh
no,
my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yow.
Oh.
Yow.
Danny's mom's legs have been cut off.
Kidding? It wasn't.
It wasn't a bluff.
Shit. I mean, I'm sure he already assumes. Do you think it's worse to say something and confirm it, or?
I would want to know.
I know, but you're not Danny.
Yeah.
What does he need?
I don't know how to ask him without telling
Making
him.
it obvious that there's
Right,
something wrong.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Actually, okay, so wait. Actually, Xavier does come up to you.
Xander.
And that's what I said. And he says, sorry, I really couldn't help but overhear the conversation.
Oh my
Those
god.
ears.
I have really good hearing. You know, I don't want to say this is. I'm simply being a devil on your shoulder, and I want to say that I know I'm being a devil on your shoulder. So take this with a grain of salt. But didn't Zeke says that he has the ability to like modify a person's.
I'm not going down that road.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
As someone who has had their memory modified. it's not fun.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if you wanted, you said I overheard just you saying.
We could ask him, and then depending on the response.
Yeah, but I said I was a devil on your shoulder, and now I'm gonna slip
Eric
away.
loves it.
I
you don't think that's a little morally gray?
Xander slinks away any finger guns, and then he slinks away.
I mean, morally gray, yes, but isn't the entire world morally gray? I don't know.
Yes, the
I
world
don't
is,
want
but
to
I.
know.
Did you say that you
not
had
be
that spell,
too-
Matt? Am I?
I had, yeah.
Yeah,
did.
I thought you
If
said
I'm
that.
right.
Yeah, I thought you said that. Can you imagine? It'd be really good TV.
I mean, we can, right?
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't,
I don't
Right?
think so.
right?
We could ask him if he wants. No, and if I don't
He's-
like the idea of
He
doing it
already
without.
knows. I mean, he already knows. He already knows. He has to know.
Yeah, but he might think that he was bluffing. I don't know.
I think Danny's smarter than that.
Okay, we won't.
I don't.
Helen?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I see
You're
the
better at-
benefit of honesty, but I think honesty will hurt him very much, and I don't want to hurt him.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps if he asks, then you tell him the truth. If he doesn't ask, we could potentially assume that he doesn't want to know.
I mean, she's right. You know, he has.
Stand up.
Sorry, she is right. He does have the ability. He knows that you have this ability. If he wanted to know the information, he could ask you.
And if he does ask, I think you tell him the truth, obviously. But
Okay.
Also, like, you
That's what
really
we'll do.
need to go 70 to 80 feet away if you don't want me to hear what you're saying.
Right.
Just to
Right.
point
We'll
that
do.
out.
Thank you.
It's I can't choose it, right?
Right,
I
right.
will hear. Okay, so just wanted to let you know.
quite far. All right. Well,
So what do you
Then I
do,
will not tell
Oliver?
then I will not tell Danny.
Okay, Danny, do you?
And it eats me
Does
up
that ever
inside.
does that ever come to you? Do you think
No.
to ask about it? Yeah,
No.
I didn't think so. I thought Danny would kind of be
Yeah.
on a little bit of a
he's on a
I'll-
don't need to know.
yeah.
Oliver definitely like is not handling it well, and it's, it's definitely there's some like weird looks.
Well,
with
with
the
sure,
Danny
for
and,
sure.
like-
With your ability not to lie and with
Right.
Danny's
Okay.
passive insight, Danny knows that something's going on.
Damn it. If I see that, I would find Danny alone at one point.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think you're smart enough to know that Danny knows what's going on.
Danny knows. I'm gonna go find Danny alone,
Okay.
far away from Xander.
Okay.
Possible. Hey,
Hi.
I just wanted to address.
Further away. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in a silly mood. Go
I
ahead.
wanted to address the fact that Oliver's been acting odd. It's my fault, sort of.
I really doubt that. But
Well,
okay.
I gave him some advice on how to handle information that. He knows something that I told him might not be best to talk about, and so that's why.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that because I don't want to push. I don't want to pry.
I get it.
I just wanted you to know that I know that that's weird, and I apologize for that. And I'm here
Wow.
if you need anything ever,
Okay.
or if you want to talk at all.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yep.
By the way, if you need to,
Start to walk away.
you don't have to come to me every time your boyfriend does something a little funny. He's,
No, I know. This one's though specifically my fault, so I just wanted to apologize.
You're okay.
For that. Yep.
You're still great.
I still love you. I still want you to be in this
Yeah.
group.
Walks away. Yeah, I still love you. I still love you.
Still love you.
All right. And she'll leave if he doesn't ask any follow-up questions.
Yeah, which is, I don't think he does.
What are you gonna do for houses? What are you gonna do for Night of Spirits?
Okay, so I was trying to come up with ideas and inspiration, and all I could think of was a cat.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Classic.
Is that good? Yeah, like Black Cat
classic.
Witch kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Didn't
nothing
wanna
wrong with the
step on
classic.
Rowina's toes if she was going to go the witch route, so I haven't asked her, but I did, so it could be.
Oh, you guys can be matching. That's cute.
Hmm. and that would upset Oliver very much. So maybe I'll find something else. And if I didn't match him, I
And
could
fuck
match
Oliver.
someone
You
else.
dress how you want to dress.
Oliver also has very good hearing.
Oh god! You have to keep me down. I didn't account for being 80 feet away from him. So anyways, yeah, I don't know.
If he tells you can't be anything, that's bullshit. You come to me, we'll make you whatever you want to be.
No. I want to make it. That's not what happened.
I know.
Blink twice if you need help.
Oh, God. I just thought I could draw a little.
I know, I just like messing with you.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at now. That's all I've got. It's not great. It's not fancy.
There's nothing wrong. I think that's the classics are a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
Cat,
you don't
sheet
have to make
ghost.
anything because I could just wear the dress that I had that one time that I got from your friend and put on and just draw whiskers on my face and that's it. So
Yeah, I think that's a solid plan.
simple enough. Just
I'm
need
here
to
for
find
it.
ears.
All right, I am going to rudely cut you off. I would love for after break for us to jump to the teleportation. So just last call. Is there anything that anybody would like to say or do before we jump to that?
Just for flavor, Oliver doesn't really sleep through these 4 days. I think it's one of those things where he wakes up every 30 minutes and makes sure that like Aeliana and everybody is still alive.
Okay, yeah.
So
Just because
he
it's
has a rough
so
couple days.
casual and so
Exactly,
calm.
yeah.
Yeah. I get that. Kind of like, honestly, like, not to bring things down, but kind of slightly like coming home from war in a way, where it's like that same, like, those first few nights of just like, is this real, or are we actually just kind of sleeping here in this clearing? So, like, I get that. All right, well, we're going to take a little bio break there. Sorry to push a little past. And then when we come back, we will jump to the Banished Isles. So stand up, stretch, get some water, but stay tuned because we'll be right back. Okay. 4 days have passed. It is now the morning of the 29th of Garnia. Tomorrow is the 30th of Garnia, aka the Day of Spirits. You know that the device is ready. You have all packed up camp and are standing in a circle. And Oliver, what do you do?
Punch it. Oh, yeah. Well, everybody ready?
It's been nice having 4 days off.
That's great.
Basically,
And we
yeah.
go.
Okay, so you are immediately transported into, you feel that similar sensation that you felt a couple times now of your body being ripped forward, and you are you come to in a cave. A cave that looks familiar. It is abandoned, and not only is it abandoned, it looks pretty much exactly the way it looked when you left it. You are in the main area where all of the where most of the guards and soldiers were like sitting at tables and eating food. Ahead of you is a long hallway that leads to the chamber with the magical, the machine that did the horrible deeds that that you witnessed, as well as an offshoot that leads to the cells, and then directly to your right is the tunnel that leads to the barracks where they slept, and then the exit of this cave system. But you have successfully transported hundreds of miles and are now in this dark, dank cave. And if you don't have dark vision, you're completely blind.
God damn it.
I love teleportation. That was fun. Thanks for. Someone got a light in here, or
I can't
Torch.
see.
Flashlight,
Oh,
we
wait,
have a
I
fancy
flashlight.
flashlight.
Sorry.
The smell in here is bad, by the way.
I have the pink flashlight thing.
Does it look like it's been touched since we were last here, or does it still look...
Literally, like, there's dead bodies in the positions where
Okay.
you left them last. Like, it looks like you
Oh
guys
no,
were the
so
last
it
ones
smells
here.
bad. Oh.
How are we getting out of here?
There's just, like, rotted bodies.
Hopefully we find another boat, I guess.
I mean, we took the last boats when we...
We'll figure it out.
I can fly now, so
Can't
that's...
swim because there are sharks, if I remember.
Well, we don't really need to...
Oh shit, I can also now just... Sorry, I don't know that.
We don't need to
I
get to
feel like-
Woldriar yet, though, right?
No, I'm just saying.
The hammer's here,
The hammer's here
Yeah,
on the
right.
island.
but we don't really have a lead other than that, right? Just look around. I don't think so. I think we just know it's somewhere in the Banished Isles.
I don't see any hammers around here right now, at least.
You don't see this one?
Oh, that's actually my bad. That's my fault.
I made this.
Wow.
Embedded within the Banished Isles, so.
You really made that?
Yeah.
Dang, that's pretty impressive.
I don't know why it sounds like you're being condescending, but
Are you really looking... Are you looking for Zeke's approval, man?
I'm looking for everybody's approval.
I approve.
I should have said thank you. All right.
Split up? Or...
I approve it. Oliver, you know I approve of you, right?
Thank you, Danny.
I need you to know that I approve of you. If you don't know that everyone approves, you have to know that I approve of you.
I appreciate it, Danny.
Okay.
I approve of you.
Thank you.
We do the like predator like.
Yeah.
Appreciation.
Yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, step one would be, I guess, get out of this cave.
Yeah.
We know
Sick.
how to do that, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been here.
So you all make your way, covering your noses, to the exit of the cave. And, you know, I just realized I don't have... Hold on, let me see something real quick. Nope. Let's see. Okay. All right, so you make your way out of the dank cave. Nice. And out into the cave opens up into a little I don't know what that would be called. A little bay, but that's not the right word.
Little bay.
And a little inlet, maybe, yeah. And you are on the outside. The water is slamming against the rocky shore of this island. And as you can see, and as a reminder, as you look up, you see sheer cliff face that then leads into a stone wall that is 100 feet high. It's massive. The entire Banished Isle, it's the Banished Isles, but there's one main island that is like where everything takes place. And it is an entire island surrounded by a 100-foot tall stone wall that is manned by a guard from Woldriar. And you don't really know what the inside of the island is like. That's pretty much what you know. So you have stepped outside, you look up, you're getting splashed by the mist of the sea. You see the cliff face that goes up about 30, 40, 50 feet, and then past that, a wall that is 100 feet tall.
There has to
I'm
be
not-
an inn.
Whoa. Hold on a second. I'm gonna walk up. Put my foot on the wall. Huh. I'm gonna run straight up.
Yeah.
Zoom! Danny just starts sprinting straight up the wall. I thought you could only do water surfaces right now. Can you do vertical surfaces?
You can move across vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn.
Perfect. Nice.
Both.
So you sprint up.
Jesus.
Are you trying to be stealthy as you get towards the top of the wall?
Well, I would just get to the top of the cliff face.
Oh, okay.
Stop, assess, see what's going on at the top of the wall. and then kind of do my next move based on what that looks
Well, the top of the cliff face kind of just goes right into the wall.
Oh, okay.
That then goes straight up.
Yeah, if I could, I would want to do just like a little, like a perch a little bit on the top of the cliff face.
Yeah, there's like a little,
Just a second or two. You know, like in like when you have those like parkour video games that you can kind of hover on the wall for a second before you leap off. It's very that.
And you're trying to do what in that second?
Just like see if there's any like guards like immediately above me.
Go ahead and roll a
I don't want to
perception
like
check.
pop up like in the middle of someone's.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 21.
You can see that there are patrolling guards because they do occasionally stick out their head on this side as well. I would say you kind of like, because you can rest for a second on this like little lip. It's just not like a landing.
Yeah.
But you're resting for a second, you're looking, you're analyzing, and you can tell that like any given section of the wall, including the one that you're heading to, is probably unpatrolled for like just looking at the sheer distance of stuff, like 10 minutes at a time.
Sick. Okay, and then once I make sure that like.
So you like make sure that like one's heading the opposite way, one's like far away.
Yeah, as
like,
soon as I get that hitman timing, that the guards turn away at the exact time, and then I go up.
They have their cone of
Yeah, exactly. I wait for the cones to go.
when the
I
cones
see
go
the
in.
exact. I do my thing, which is I wait in the bush for about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
make sure I memorize the
Yeah.
exact pattern that they
tapping.
walk,
Absolutely.
and then I go.
That's
Yeah.
how
I
I
usually
usually
just run in.
That's how I always
Feel
have to do it.
seen.
So you, what are you doing, crazy? Oh, you're doing your portents. You got a nat 20 on your portent roll. You fuck. That sucks.
Well, you can't deny it because it's there in the chat.
I literally see it. He did it.
Amazing.
You get up to the wall. The wall is just a simple parapet wall that's about 5 feet wide that goes to towers that are placed every like 200 feet. And you see that there are also, like, you look down and in, and you see like every 500 feet there's like a elevator pulley system. All of them have landings that are up currently. Some of them are even broken, but you see that that's like a way that the guards would get down, is the elevator pulley system. But looking on the other side of the wall, away from the ocean, you just see 100-foot wall straight down to a wild forest floor that looks untamed and it's just pure forest. It's almost like it's giving Jurassic Park. Like it's like these huge walls and just this like nature reserve that is within these walls.
What are they hiding in these walls? Oh, I can steal stuff.
While all this is happening, what are all of you doing down at the bottom?
Are the Banished Isles like? Is it like a prison? Is that what it is, or do we know anything about the?
What you are told, and what is common knowledge about the Banished Isles, is that prisoners who aren't necessarily bad enough to be put right to death have the option of spending their prison sentence at the Banished Isles, which is a place that is, it's just like you, wherever your imagination goes for what the inside of this island is, you know, that's what you would imagine it to be, but like no one really knows. All these criminals are just kind of like let loose on this island.
It's like Australia.
It's a little bit like Australia, yeah.
Cool.
Current day.
Yeah, current day Australia. Sorry to all our Australian viewers.
I'm not climbing up that unless.
You guys
Yeah,
know we
but-
could do that?
No.
I didn't, but I'm not surprised.
Emery wants to try just to see if it's a thing about that island itself.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Not Danny.
Perfect.
It's the island of
Perfect.
lost dreams from Spy Kids 2.
That is a 24.
Damn, with a 24,
23.
you get like 10 feet up the wall, And there's a second where everybody's like, wait, can everybody do
Huge.
this? But then your like momentum starts to slow and you feel yourself falling, but you're able to like you're able to kind of just like Danny said, like Prince of Persia, like slide down the wall and like land on the ground just fine.
Nope.
Oh,
It was a good try.
thank God you couldn't do that.
Nope. Yeah.
What?
Oh, wait.
I mean, I could
Thank God.
I
thought you
could
didn't believe
fly
in that.
up, but I feel like we need to make sure we all have a
At
way
this point, I probably
to
would have
know.
yeah. I'm
Oh, here
assuming.
it comes.
just running straight, running straight down.
Is he falling? Is he falling?
I think
No,
it's
I'm running.
good.
Hey, all right.
What'd you
So, guards patrol pretty relaxed. It's like every 10 minutes they come, and then just like on top of that wall, it's just forest. Like it's a whole lot of wilderness on the other side. So I couldn't really.
What?
Yeah, I'm
Probably
like, what are they protecting?
They're
What are
probably
they
less
keeping?
concerned with people coming in, more concerned about
What's
people
coming
going
out? Like
yeah.
what's going on? I can't like detect any magic stuff, so I don't know if there's anything. I don't know.
Wait, can you, Rowina? How much earth can you move?
I don't think I can move any earth.
Didn't you do that?
That was
Am I correct?
Candlekeep, maybe.
Oops, my bad.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I really appreciate how much Zach tries to help us by these ideas of spells, and then we never have them.
No.
I can
Never have them
cast,
prepared.
like, fabricate and get a door, but I don't know how thick these
I mean,
walls are.
did you see a way up, Danny, or no?
Not from this side.
No, there was like a winch and pulley system thing.
Can we just go around?
But it's on the other side.
What's on the other side?
There and around? Is there like a gate? Does anybody
There's
know?
got to be a way the guards get up there from Ultron, right?
To be honest, I was just really excited about being able to do that, and I
Yeah,
didn't
that's fair.
really take a whole lot of assessment.
Well, what if you go
What
there?
do we
Oh, we don't have enough
What do we
room.
know about where the hammer is?
It's
Nothing.
here.
I have
don't
written
think
down
we
it's
got any fun
embedded
riddles.
within the Banished Isles.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, wait, you kind of had that
fuck
spell.
that
You kind of had
means.
that spell where you like located Rowina. Can you do that with the hammer?
Is the hammer a person?
No.
Then-
Tomorrow I could do that.
Well,
Didn't think.
Embedded in the Banished Isles.
Oh,
It makes it almost sound
okay.
like it's underground.
You would have thought
So what if we dig
you know,
under the
that-
wall?
we were finding a hammer, right?
Hmm.
I guess.
just because I don't want to like lead you too far astray, when I said embedded, I meant like there are aisles and it is in the aisles, like it's like deep into the aisles, not deep underground. I don't want to. Yeah.
Probably just need to go inside the forest and like look around.
Just need to look.
I mean, the
Search
spooky
party.
forest that's inside the walls.
I will
Yep.
say the other items did seem to kind of like call to you. I don't know. It was like I just have a feeling if we just
Walk
go,
around
we're
a
gonna
bit.
figure it out.
All right.
What if-
sure,
I
think that's
let's do
awesome.
it.
I'm gonna go try and find a way to get y'all on the other side of this wall.
What if you go
What's up?
up,
I mean, I
put
can-
like a what is it called, a pit in the wall, and with some.
Oh,
rope,
do we have
and
the?
can-
Fuck, we left the immovable rod in the thing,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Did
Mhm.
yes.
In the what?
I mean,
When
I
you were
can
gone when we were doing the
fly.
heist.
Can I carry someone when I
I
fly?
could
Have
climb.
I done that
I'm
before?
sure.
You could maybe carry Emory. You're not very strong.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I'm not using.
Let
the
me
damn
just
kitten.
before everyone goes wasting their stuff. Let me just go and
Scouting?
scout.
All right.
Well,
sure.
also,
Do you-
yeah.
Danny, do you have pittance?
Huh?
I do.
I'll
Right.
hand Danny like some because how high is this wall?
So
The-
like 30,
with-
40 feet.
Well, yeah, but there's the cave and then there's the actual
right.
wall. There's the cliff face and then the actual wall. So it's in total about 140, 150 feet.
I would give
350-foot
Danny
ropes.
I would give Danny my
I mean,
pittance
theoretically-
and my rope.
Yeah, theoretically,
Anybody
you would
has
have enough rope between you.
Oh yeah.
To...
Just give me some rope, y'all.
Don't
that
we
is
have
dangerous,
a
but
rope
maybe
that
look
you
around.
can take apart? And
Yeah,
then...
we do.
You have a rope of
It's not gonna
mending.
help us,
Yeah.
though.
But it's just 50 feet and it'll fix itself.
What time is it right now,
I
Zach?
do think
It's morning, I would say. So like
Oh, damn.
9.
I
Probably.
do think
Spring.
it's important for us to figure out how to get in, but it's also very important for Danny to scout how we are going to get out.
Hmm.
Out seems like the problem, right?
I mean, if
That's
we're
what they're
all
trying-
in, then we can all scout how to get out.
True.
And by getting out, you mean of just inside of the walls, or just this island in general?
More of the
Yes.
walls first.
I also
guess.
think, given enough time, we can do. I mean, it's just a wall. We can climb it.
No.
Let me just
we can get you up there. Zeke.
Most of us can
let,
climb it.
let me just look.
I'll cast guidance.
I'll figure it out. Because I don't
Danny.
want us to get up there and improvise how we're gonna get. I'm gonna get the whole picture. Just chill out. Ask you, everybody hang out,
Chill out.
have a good time. I'll
Okay.
Bye.
So, Danny, you sprint back up. It's not 10 minutes has not passed, so you just sprint all the way up to the top of the parapet. What do you do?
looking around for any specific signs of how to get them, like what the best route for them to at least.
As far as what you can see, I've described what you can see. So from what you can see, your best bet would be seeing if there's a way in some of these towers.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll start scoping that out, finding if there's like what the best route is, if there's like kind of a quieter, traffic-y place, like what's the best place to get someone up, store them, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you go to the nearest tower, and there's nobody on the floor that you're on. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
It's a +9 now. Hell yeah. That's an 18.
18. So as you're traveling down the stairs, there's the occasional creak of stairs, but nothing too noticeable. You do notice that there are the occasional window, especially on the landings and the stairs, but they all face the seaside. There's like no openings or anything on the side of inside the wall. But you do make your way down, and about halfway down the tower, you can see light coming up from like a larger landing, and you hear laughter and voices coming from there.
How many voices?
Like, probably 3 or 4.
Any way that I can see immediately that would like lead out towards the forested?
So I would say you realize that there is a way, like you can kind of like look down and you can see that further down from where they are, there is an entrance that leads to the seaside side of the wall, and you can go into the sea, and that's how they get here. They enter through the seaside side of the wall by coming on boats through Woldriar. They climb all the way to the top. The only way that you have seen that can go down into the forested area is that pulley system.
Okay.
Very like Frozen Wall, Game of Thrones, like that kind of situation.
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
One way in.
Okay.
Any wall-related fantasy.
I want to go to where that pulley system is.
Okay.
Check it out, see if it's manned, like what's going on there.
It is manned, but it looks like it's a simple wheel system. Manned as in like someone has to man it. It's not
Of course.
being guarded.
No, yeah.
if that's
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have what I need. I'm gonna go back.
All right.
I will explain. Found about 4 guards in there. The most direct, like practical way to get there is the pulley system. It is manned, so we would either get down there and it'd be incredibly obvious that someone has been broken into, or we have to like charm that guy to let us in, which is also not guaranteed of our. I don't know a way of just get over and into the forest 100% unnoticed.
No, sorry. When I said manned, I mean somebody has to physically do it, not that somebody's there all the time. So there could be a way where you could like Danny could bring it back up and then run back down the inside of the wall.
Let's do that. Why don't we get everybody up there, get you onto the pulley system, I get you down, and I can just run down the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just got to do it within 10 minutes. Seems.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do that.
Well, I guess I'll tie the ropes together while we're waiting on the 10-minute thing to loop.
Okay.
The guard's path to loop.
Go ahead and roll at advantage because you'll have some help. Just a straight up dexterity check.
Check.
Yeah.
Ooh, 23.
23. Okay. So yeah, you feel like the ropes are very sturdily tied together. It's basically you've just made one really long rope. And you have the pittons, whatever they are. You wait for a good moment for the guard to reset, so you have a fresh 10 minutes, and then you are off, and you sprint up, like the misty air. It almost makes it feel like it's raining as you're fastly running up to the top.
I'm getting the steps in
every once in a while, just like slamming into the wall. A pitton that already has the rope tied around it, and then you get up to the top, quickly take the loop that you had already formed to save some time, wrap it around one of the parapets, and then give the signal.
Signal is me smiling with a thumbs up.
Yeah. What's the order that we're doing this? How you guys doing this?
Hey. I'll go first. Why not?
Okay. Roll an athletics check at advantage.
What?
DC 8.
Can I follow Aeliana and then like can I put like rope between us so if she falls I can?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to do
A
that.
separate rope, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Easily enough. It takes you a slow and steady
I'm
pace.
very slow.
Yeah, but
But
you
I make
you
it.
very sturdily make your way up there. Oliver, go ahead and make me an
That was
athletics
awesome.
check
I'm so proud of you.
at advantage.
I need to work out more.
You have great upper body strength.
21.
21. Yeah, you like by the time you get to like the top of the wall, you're just kind of like pushing in like, up the last little
Oh
bit.
my God.
Yeah.
Next time we have 4 days off, you just remind me that I need to
do
do
push-ups.
some push-ups.
We'll do some strength. Yeah, we'll do some strength exercise.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
All right, athletics check at advantage, please.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, easily enough. You are able to make your way up there. Who's next?
You better get on up there, Emory. I'll be right behind you.
And then I'll be right behind you.
That's how Matt leaves. Is he just fucking?
I was just
dies.
gonna say, Matt's
I
gonna
don't
leave
trust
now.
it,
I just fall to my death.
I'm still
I
here.
guess.
you said athletics?
Yes, at advantage, yeah.
At advantage. Okay, so. Oh, that's better. 25.
Yeah, easily. You just like you're like
Just
barely
spider
holding on to
monkey.
the
I
rope
think
at certain points.
At a certain point, because I think that this probably wouldn't work physically, but like, if I could, at some points, I would stop and just like hold my legs straight on the wall and like lean back as if I was Danny walking up
Yeah.
the wall, just to see what it feels like,
Yeah.
and then keep
I can't
going.
Yeah,
watch.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think Emery's fucking around.
And I'm scared if I
All right,
do
so
that.
Ezekiel, you and Xander are just standing there looking at each other. All right, go ahead.
Why do you want to go behind me? You plan on doing something to me?
No,
All right.
to be honest, you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna fall, and I'm gonna need to catch you.
Well, I'll prove you wrong.
Please do.
All right.
Roll
God
that athletics
damn
check
it.
at advantage.
Oh God, please.
Okay.
18.
You have a -1. That's so funny. Yeah, easily enough. You're better than Rowina and Aeliana. You're able to get right on up there.
Really need to do push-ups.
All right, now Xander's gonna roll.
Xander's the only one that fails.
You did feel that one. No, there it is. So yeah, Xander comes on up, and he says, Well, since the ropes are tied to the pittons, this is kind of permanently here for now.
Fine. Maybe we take the loop off.
Yeah, I was
So take the loop off and.
That means we're definitely going to permanently lose all 150 feet of this rope if we take the loop off, which I'm fine with. We can always get more. But I just wanted to point that out.
I can
Better
make
to be
rope,
secret.
I can
right?
make.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I just wanted to
Yep.
remind.
Agreed.
Give me an hour. I can make us some rope.
I felt like the
Starting
Lord
equipment.
wanted me to tell you.
Imagine.
Thank you, God.
Our Lord and Savior.
Okay.
Tax
This-
Savior.
Tax
It's this
Saver,
way.
yeah.
The witch,
Gotta
the
go,
witch
we
of
gotta
police.
go.
Well, yeah. So you go.
Witch of
So you
Run.
quickly, because it took you. Yeah, I mean, it took you probably 6-7 minutes to
Oh,
get
God, we
all the
gotta
way
go.
up there. Well, so you don't have long. So you run to the nearest winch and pulley system. It is scary. If any of you are afraid of heights, you
All of us
find
canonically are afraid.
you you basically are putting yourself on one of those window washer things.
Oh, I hate that.
But with absolutely no like clipping in or anything like that. Like it's one of those window washer things with a small rope banister along the sides, and that's it.
One of my actual worst nightmares.
I hate heights.
You
so
also
really,
see. I'll say like as you get to that wheel, Danny, you see that this is not often used. Do you?
It's in great shape. You guys are
Can
gonna be fine.
Being a man of mechanical means, can I just give it a once over and see what I?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Anything need mending?
Oh no, that's a natural one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's old, but it's solid.
It should hold.
Can I also look at it?
Nope. Why
Don't
would
trust
you? You
Oliver?
would definitely
Oh wait,
trust
yeah,
Oliver.
he's true. That's right. He's telling the truth. That's right. Okay. Go down
All right.
as quickly as possible.
So
right?
you all get
Alright.
on.
Definitely
Close
stood.
your eyes.
I will
Danny
meet you
starts
all.
to.
Meet you all down there. Hold on, just for fun, just for no reason. I'm gonna check what the range of Featherfall is. Okay,
I am
if they
like,
get past 60 feet, I can at least. I
Well,
can
they're
featherfall.
probably going to get out of eyesight of you within 10 feet of going down.
Cast it now just in
Trees.
case, and then how long does it last?
Well, it's a reaction.
yeah.
It has to be
You're
in
reacting
reaction
to
to
the
you
fact
falling.
that we're all a little nervous about this.
Unless you all just wanted to
Well,
jump, and I cast Featherfall on you now.
let's maybe hold it if we need it. Maybe.
That's
Okay.
actually not a bad idea. Okay, yeah.
That's a pretty bad idea. I'm not doing that.
So we can save the
That sounds
pulley
terrifying.
down.
We got to do something now.
Well, if we
Okay,
do
but
the
just-
pulley
yes,
down,
we
we can
should
use it to
start
come back
up.
up later.
Okay,
if
okay,
it's
okay,
all
yes.
Just do the pulley down. Just
I'm
do
gonna
the pulley
hold
down.
mending and just look at it if
Okay.
it looks like it's snapping.
All right.
Okay.
So you slowly start to lower people down. Okay, so I'm gonna roll some rolls.
Why?
I should have just dropped my armor.
So D100. For the first
I don't feel good about
for the first 50 feet,
Oh,
Oh
we're
my
going 50 at a
God.
time. Okay.
there is a 10% chance that it snaps and breaks. For the last 50 feet, there's a 20% chance.
Okay.
So, and we're gonna roll 1 per 10 feet.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah. So here's the first one.
Oh, this is fun.
First 10 feet go just fine, but
Okay,
they're
so
now
we
out of
want
eyesight of
height.
Danny. There's no more feathers.
Oh God. Okay.
Second 10 feet, you're good. You're good. 80 feet in the air now. You're
There's
fine.
no way in hell this is gonna go.
Hey, you're
We're
good.
still fine.
You're still fine. You're 70 feet in the air. You've gone down 30 feet. It's working well. Oof.
a critical failure on the D100.
Can we do the 20 on that? The port and roll?
It's a
Is there any way
D100.
that we? I know, but can I have it re-roll with my reaction? It says
No,
die.
no, I'm sorry. You cannot. This is
not a reaction.
this is the consequences of a nat 1 on an investigation check. I apologize. You were 60 feet up in the air,
We're not going
and it immediately starts. It doesn't snap or break, but the wheel, the peg that you are currently on, Danny, that snaps, and so it starts going. And so I need you to roll a strength saving throw in the chat of
In
Doom.
the chat. 100%.
In the chat of Doom, DC 18.
Okay. I get a +4.
Okay.
So it just needs to be a 16 or more. And that's fine, everybody.
DC 18, so 14 or more.
14 or more.
Oof, it's not going to do it. So you're trying, Danny, as hard as you can to capture onto this thing, but you can't. All of you fall 60 feet, and it's not as bad as you think it's going to be, guys. You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And slam onto the ground. The pulley system shatters. The platform that you're on, the wooden platform, shatters. And this pulley system is definitely not usable anymore.
There was another one, right?
There was many, yeah, but they're all
Right.
up. But Danny can always run back up, so.
Could also fix it. Fuck.
I'm running. I'm running down, not knowing if they're alive or not.
For sure. Yeah, because like there's like
Sorry.
most of the damage is like honestly you're saved by most of the damage by the platform like crashing into trees and stuff and taking on the brunt of the damage. Xander did really well. He jumped right before the ground landed and he didn't take any damage because that's how physics works. I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. He took the 19 bludgeoning damage. And
Danny dropped us.
you and Danny, you come running down. You see that all of them are moving, but are like prone.
Oh my
and,
god!
Like,
Oh my god! Is
writhing.
everyone? Oh no!
I
Oh no!
can't get up.
It was slipping. The rope was slipping, and I tried grabbing the rope, and it just kept going through my hands. And then I just
No,
I was
it's
worried.
fair.
Is
It's
anyone
okay.
dead?
Yeah,
No
Danny.
one's dead.
Actually, you take 1 point of like
Burn.
damage from trying
That's
to
very
get
fair.
this stuff.
Psychic
Fire
damage.
damage.
I
So
was gonna
fair.
say psychic damage for dropping us.
Is everyone all
The
right?
guilt.
I'm so sorry. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault, Danny.
How's your hip, Ezekiel?
Ooh.
Well, it was already broken, so it's kind of just status
Back
quo
in
at this
place
point.
now.
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Oh, I
has
got
never
it.
felt
Actually
better.
walk.
I start doing the waltz.
I'll do a hand of healing on Aeliana.
Okay.
You're gonna get it. Well, sorry. That's just 6 points of healing back.
We're here, so what now?
Well, we just made a lot of noise.
Oliver and
I
I
don't-
was just gonna say we gotta
Yeah.
move fast.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we should stay here.
That was loud.
I'm gonna do a healing word on Rowina, just real quick, and I'll do the max, so 8.
Nice, thank
I'll do cure wounds on Emory.
We're all gonna just
You're all just touching each other.
Oh, that's 7. 12
You
points of
okay?
healing to
You
Emory.
okay? You okay? How many? 12?
Well,
Thank you.
Maybe we can
You
find.
also get 8.
Maybe we can
I get
find a
8?
place to rest
Zeke.
for a short amount of time.
Thank you.
yeah. Oh, if we do a short rest, we didn't have to do any of that.
Well, then never mind.
We do not have time for a short
Yeah, you're
rest.
right, we don't,
just
we don't,
get
we gotta go,
noticed,
we gotta
gotta move.
All right. So do you just start making your way through the thick
Deep into
forest?
the forest, yeah, for now.
Okay.
Yes.
Stealthily.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming. So go ahead and give
Yeah.
me stealth checks, please.
Ooh, not great. Seventeen.
17,
God.
13.
20.
5.
24.
Got a
I
33.
have advantage and I rolled a 3 twice.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I always do this. I ask you and then I don't have the
I
thing.
know, it's waiting up there.
24, 13, 17, 5. Aeliana, what'd you get?
24.
24.
I got a 33.
33.
I disappear.
Oliver.
12.
Divided by. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. I have to add. Xander! Oh, not 20.
Yeah.
That'll help. So that's a total of. What's your stats, mate? Ooh, 28. So divided by 7. Average of 18. So now I need to roll. You all feel that you are stealthy and moving well with each other as a group as you start making your way throughout the forest. As you get further into the forest, you realize that, first of all, there's a whole ecosystem here. There's obviously a lot of flora, but there's a lot of fauna. There are tracks of deer. You also see what seems to be paw prints occasionally, most likely of wolves or a small coyote maybe. But you also see large, heavy prints that are probably the size, like slightly larger than a skull, and are like clawed prints. If anybody would want to investigate those further.
Yeah, I'll investigate.
Yeah.
Describing the size of a claw as the size of a skull, terrifying.
Got a 13.
Oh, nat 2029. Holy
29
shit.
If
investigation.
it's a dinosaur,
Okay.
I want it.
I'm going to give you a lot of information for nat 20. So, first of all, this print doesn't look natural. It's too symmetrical in places, and it is very even throughout in its gait. You immediately can tell that this is some sort of construct. A large beast-like construct. Also with a 29, I will say, you can see that there are footsteps in the area that you are in, and that a lot of them lead to the trees nearby. And that's what I'm going to give you for the 29.
All right, this right here is a big robot, and there's a bunch of footsteps that are leading to the trees. Perhaps that's where these people are. Perhaps that's where the hammer is. I don't know. I don't want to meet this robot.
You look up and you don't see anything right where you are. But with your high stealth check, they haven't seen you yet. You look like ahead of you about 100 feet and up in the air, and there's like a pretty poor excuse, especially to the one that you had as a kid, for a treehouse, where you see a couple of figures moving back and forth, and they have not noticed you yet. And you're at a distance right now and through trees, so you don't see anything other than like a wooden structure that's definitely man-made and definitely has a couple figures, a few figures moving here and about, but that's what you see from right here.
We knew that there were beings here, people that were sent here.
Oliver, do you think that you should just like try to be present with yourself right now and see if you can't figure out like where this hammer is?
I could try. We could also ask them.
We don't know if prisoners would not be
We were prisoners at one point.
good people.
Yeah, we got thrown in jail. We got broken out by Airmaster Drake threw us in there, or like we got thrown in because of
Shoot,
it.
that's right. Okay, well,
It's just I'll definitely sit with
to
myself
see?
for a second, see if I
Just
can
to
sense
see?
the
I don't
hammer. If the
know.
hammer's
Your mind
calling
rat,
up towards
Oliver.
me.
How do you sit with yourself for a second?
I'll take out my hammer and just try to.
Tradesies.
I'll try to use the hammer as a focus to just call out to the hammer mentally, I guess. Like Thor would.
Yeah, roll a
You would.
wisdom check with your proficiency bonus.
That would be convenient if it just flew to you. You
that
just
would
leave.
be really convenient. Fingers crossed.
Oh my god, that was so close to. It was a natural 20, and then it's a 2. So it would
damn.
be. an 11.
Go ahead and roll it at advantage. Fuck it.
Hey.
I want to give you this information.
I mean 17, not
17. With a 17,
Not
what I
too
will
much
say
better.
is you're focusing on the hammer, and your vision kind of starts to wander. You're not distracted. You realize it's almost even like you are doing it, but it's almost as if something's compelling you to do it, and it's like your eyes start scanning and looking around, and your eyes land on one of those large mechanical prints, and in the back of your head you hear iron striking anvil.
I think we gotta follow these prints.
What?
Oh boy.
It worked. Yeah, it worked. I think it worked. I
Wow.
felt something.
Cool. All right. Well,
That's
then
what I
let's
got.
follow them. I guess.
All right.
I mean, do we just try to avoid these people above us, or
Maybe for now. Unless we think they would know something and could help us, but
They
I
live
don't know
here.
how to know if they are good or evil.
Just
I
to,
bet
well, one thing I will add to roll with that nat 20 on the investigation check. You do see these series of prints here in this kind of muddy area that you're in, but you also see that, like, for as heavy and as even as this creature is, it does seem to be, even though it's a construct, it does still seem to be a predator, and it actually doesn't leave that much sign of itself behind. So it could be difficult to follow, not impossible.
are we in Jurassic Park, or are we in Mechanical Predator?
Or both.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, I think we should follow these tracks as silently as possible, at least until we get a better idea of what's going on here.
Well,
And if needed, we can maybe ask them.
I bet you that these people are not a fan of this construct. And if we tell them that we're here to get rid of it, they would help us. That's just my thinking. But we might not want to call out to them until it's necessary.
What if only a couple of us did?
Could be a strength in numbers situation.
Sure. But new people have to arrive here, right?
Yeah, we could pose as new members.
I'm good with following the group on this one. I understand Aeliana's hesitance and Ezekiel's. If we want to just keep moving without engaging, I get it.
My vote would also be move quiet.
But I think if we are approached, it's a good thing to bring up. I mean, it could potentially get us some help.
Yeah.
Get our story straight.
What do you think, Emory?
You know I'm all down to get in and get out as fast as possible. Kind of hate it here.
It's eerie.
It's humid. Oh, and that too.
All right, let's get going. So, Xander's got a pretty good survival. I don't know what everybody else's survival is. He has actually, it's not that great. He only has a +3. So
Plus
What about
four.
+1?
+5, +5, +4, +1. If Oliver and Danny, if one of you want to give the other one advantage, or if you just both want to roll, up to you.
I'll give Oliver advantage.
That's a little poignant. It does seem to be
Oh.
Oliver's quest.
I rolled a 1 and a 9, so 14.
14.
He wants.
You travel for about a half mile, and you are staying on its tail. Eventually, you do find it hard to keep track, and you eventually lose the trail as it seems to have crossed over through a small river, and on the other side of the river you just don't see any, so it might have gone up and down the river in any bit, but you lose track of it. But you did get the general direction that it was heading. If you wanted to continue to head in that general direction, up to you. But you do get to this river and you kind of lose sight of it.
Zeke, can you use your divination-y stuff to point where we should be going?
Let's see. Describe or name a creature. That's. I guess I could. It doesn't say anything about
Hammers.
automaton. Let's just keep. Well, we don't.
Are
know
there
which
other
way to go from here.
tree houses above us, or is it just the one that we saw?
Just the one that you saw so far. Danny and Oliver, with your passive perceptions, you see a couple of figures watching you from across the river. And they are up in the trees.
We've been seen. I won't look in their direction. I'll just act like I don't see them.
Yeah.
They doing anything?
Just watching.
Wait for them to address us.
I agree.
As you're kind of conversing, you hear
Oh.
a whistle, and you look across the river, and you see that one of the figures has made themselves known and is waving at you from the top of the trees across the river. She is a half-orc woman with green skin, black dreaded hair, and what looks like red war paint going down her eyes. And she like waves and gestures for you to come over the side of the river.
I'll hold like my hands up, both of them, and then walk towards.
You walk towards. As you approach, you begin to see other figures.
Oh boy.
Two of which, other than her, are also in the trees. One of which comes out from behind one of the trees on the ground. But up near her, you see an elven woman, long brown hair. She also has red paint smeared over her eyes, and is watching you and is crouched right next to what must be a sibling of hers. The resemblance is uncanny. A male elf with long brown hair and braids on the sides. Also red paint smeared across the face, specifically over the eyes. And then lastly, you hear the footsteps of this individual coming out from behind the tree. You see a large human man, short hair, where they're all wearing like hide armor and like fur clothing. He's just wearing these like hide armor pants, completely shirtless, absolutely ripped, and has this like war axe that's on his back as he steps out. And then the woman, the half-orc woman, grabs a vine from one of the trees that she's on and then just kind of like lowers herself down and lands right in front of you all. And she says, "We got some newbies here, huh?" Sorry, Aeliana, I didn't hear you. I know you want to be quiet and timid. I'm sorry.
I'm not even being quiet. I don't know what's going on, so I just have to like jump. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not even being. I'm talking the same volume. That's so weird. It seems that way. Is what you said.
Did you say though? What did you say? Oh, it seems that way. Sorry.
Seems that way.
They all are kind of looking at you. Corv, the big guy, kind of like leans down and says something into the half-orc woman's ears. And she kind of nods and she says, "You all have all your equipment on you. Those are definitely armor and weapons that you did not find on the islands." And you see that every piece of like armor and weapon they have is like made from what they found on the island. It's like made from the trees, made from bones from animals that were killed. Very like hodgepodge thrown together stuff.
Full equipment.
We do what we have to do to survive. Why would you be stupid enough to come in here? No
We're
offense.
here to defeat the construct.
Looking for a hammer.
You want the Hammer of Dawn?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You want to take on the monster. You came here to do that on purpose.
Want? Maybe not, but I think we have to.
Do you guys know what this place is?
Banished Isles.
What do you
Hey.
think this place is?
Prison? A prison?
Prison.
Hey, that's just what I was told.
I mean, I guess. And they all kind of like look at each other and they like nod to each other. I suppose we are all criminals in our own way. We were all sent here for one reason. To take down the monster.
Oh.
Who sent you?
The king. We were given a choice. The death penalty. Or take on the monster.
That's cool.
Apparently,
Oliver doesn't say that.
apparently it's, and as soon as she starts like saying this part, it like something really clicks with you, Aeliana, and you're like, oh man, this makes a little bit too much sense. She says, apparently this creature is from the kingdom of Lindor.
Nah!
And
I knew it.
it stole.
That's Gavin Lacey.
It was here to take magic, like it was here to take magic items. I think, I don't know. All we know is that it stole the King's Hammer of Dawn, as well as some other magic items. One of which is rumored to be life changing. And we were all promised that if we could get here and kill the monster, we would have our freedom and whatever it bestowed. But everyone who's ever tried has died. It's been here for decades. That's why the walls around this place, it's not for us, it's to keep the creature in.
So, you guys are prisoners. Did you compete in the Tournament of Redemption?
Some of us did.
Okay. If you want, I guess, a version of our like business card, we won that, or we were the entertainment, we were the halftime show. We beat the. What did we fight then? What was it?
Chimera?
Chimera?
Yeah. A drugged up chimera?
Yeah.
And so, you wanted to add another notch to your belt?
In a way, we were sent here by the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
We have his literal seal of approval.
You work
How
for the
much
king?
how much do you all know about what's going on outside?
Yeah. How long have you been here?
Me, personally? 5 years.
Ah.
No one's
So-
been... No one has seemed to survive longer than 8 years here. It's the longest we have.
Well, there are dragons now outside. We need the hammer to help.
In
Defeat
Waldriar?
All over. Not Waldriar, actually.
There's 3 left. We've
3
killed.
left. 3.
No.
You see, like,
we've killed
There's
3.
2 left.
There's 2 left.
3
We've killed
left.
3.
3 down, 2 to go, yes.
You see that they're like all looking at each other like, do we believe this? Like, what's going on?
I get out Lazari's tooth.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's so smart bringing that.
So smart.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you actually can take on the monster.
Killed 2 dragons.
We may have also killed something similar.
Really?
Yeah. It was a big mechanical monster.
Nothing we've tried works.
What have you tried?
We had a... It doesn't help that there's a lot of inner fighting here. it's not a prison, but there are criminals here. We're the Red Eyes. And then there's the Vine. And then we don't even want to talk about the beasts. If you run into them, don't even try to talk to them. Just run away or take care of them. They've lost.
So they're the Red Eyes. There was the Vines.
Yeah, she references that they're the Red Eyes, and she referenced the Vine, and then the beasts. We're always on the watch out for each other and the monster. I'm sure you discovered by now, but most of us take to the trees. The monster's not super great at climbing. That's why the wall.
Where are the other groups pulled out?
All over. I mean, we have this side of the river. The side of the river you just came from was the Vine. The beasts plague all of the Banished Isle. They're truly the monsters. They've lost their humanity. They're animals at this point.
Well, if you've been given a promise of your freedom for defeating this construct, I mean, we're here to help, and anybody you think might want to help, I promise that we can get the job done.
You know nothing about us.
Our enemy?
No.
I've killed people. We all have.
So have I.
So have I.
You're an adventuring party. That's different.
Kind of is. So if you're going to point us to the construct, then we'll take care of it and just kind of be on our way.
I've killed
Or
innocent.
they can... I mean...
Oliver?
We'll talk about it later.
What?
Sorry, guy. What if... Sorry, 1 second. I want to talk to... Hey, so... Does anyone object to, like, having them... I mean... It wouldn't be... I cannot hear you, Kelsey.
Carry on, carry on.
Now we can hear it.
Aeliana has so many good points. She's just really overwhelmed right now. Yeah, I don't see any harm in... Well, I mean, there is harm. But, you know, I think 4 more swords could be pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though I don't know what they did, but in this moment.
You guys want to help earn your freedom? Kill the thing with us. Enthusiastic response.
I'm thinking. I don't know you.
Okay, hey, what's up? I'm Danny.
Tiadra.
Oliver.
Rowina.
That's Aeliana. She's very shy right now.
This is...
She fell earlier.
She points to the big guy. She says, "This is Corv. That's Rox and Nyla."
Siblings?
Rox.
Rox and Nyla simultaneously shake their heads yes. Nod their heads yes, I mean.
Twins?
No. Rox says no. No, we are siblings. She's my younger sister. We
got
tried to
siblings?
assassinate the king.
Okay.
Oh.
Tiada says, Corv here tried to... Corv here... No, she says, Corv here killed his family. His wife and both his children. Corv just, like, cracks his neck.
Oh.
Tried to?
Oh, damn.
No, he did.
He did. Tried to assassinate the king, killed his family.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, your sentence has been given by the king. And if you help us destroy this thing, then you've fulfilled your part of the sentence. We're not here to be a judge or a jury. You've been tried.
Out of curiosity, what did Rox do?
He said that we, as in him and his sister, tried to assassinate
They
the
both
king.
tried to kill the king. That's not as bad as killing your kids.
What
No,
about
it's
you,
not.
Tiada?
I can work with that.
How'd you end up in this place?
I killed an elderly noble couple.
Excuse me?
I killed
Why'd
an
you
elderly
do it?
noble Because they found me when I was trying to rob them.
Who?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know their names.
Yeah.
You've never once tried to figure out what their names were?
No, I didn't really care.
Well, that's unfortunate. So, I think you're gonna just point us to this construct.
Listen. We all have our past. We've all done bad things, but Corv here, he was in a rage. He doesn't talk much, but what he has told me is he felt like he couldn't control it. Rox and Nyla here, they were trying to vindicate their parents. I was simply trying to make ends meet because no one who looks like me is treated well in Riverbend.
Good Zeke.
It does strange things.
So, we're here. We don't regret what we did. It made us come to this moment. There's no point in regretting it. But if you want us to help you, then we're gonna need... I mean, we have spears made of branches and bows and arrows. This thing is a sleek metal construct. We just try to survive out here. If you really want our help, we're gonna need something to help you with.
I mean, we need help just finding where they are, first thing.
That we can do.
Use of
Huge.
your tree houses potentially.
That we can do as well.
Give me 2 hours and I can make 2 weapons.
Think of it this way. You help us, you might just get out in time to have a great Night of Spirits party with us tomorrow.
Wow.
They're all like, oh, okay.
Ah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
But
In
let
the
me
distance, you all hear what sounds like the mix between a howl, a roar, and a foghorn echo throughout the forest. And it just echoes. And they turn and they look. Some of the birds fly off from the nearby trees. The monster is beginning its hunt. Every day it comes out until it kills one of us. We need to go. If you want to be safe, I'd get off the ground. She walks over to the vine that she just had, that she came from the tree. She grabs onto it, tugs it once, and it lifts her up in the air. Nox and Nyla do the same thing. Corv just like grabs the tree in several places and just starts like...
Whew, all right. Damn. I'm following.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Danny.
It's hot and it's really humid in this jungle.
So Danny, you just start running up the tree, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
What do the rest of you do?
I can get Emory and I up.
Nah, I'm good, and I'll start grabbing vines and like
Okay.
Tarzan style. Like,
Yeah, so you do see that these trees are unique. They're not all this type of tree, but the tree that you're under right now, it has these long vines that like cascade from the canopy of the tree down to almost the roots. and when you grab onto it, you give it one simple tug, and it's kind of like a built-in spring action that then it's a safety mechanism of the vine that makes it contract to get away from predators.
Sick.
And you just ride that contraction of the vine
Yes.
up to the top of the trees. So that's what
I'll
Emory does.
Grab a vine and then grab Aeliana's hand.
You grab a vine and it starts to contract and it rips out of your hand.
Ah, fuck.
And you start to realize why Corv had to like he's not even using equipment, like his hands are just digging into the tree as he like climbs up.
Well, I try to do something cool. You might have to go by yourself, and I'll meet you up there.
Okay.
You
Grab
could
a
probably
vine,
go up
too.
without of your armor, but in your armor
I'll climb.
there's not a vine that can
I'll
hold
follow
you.
Corv.
Xander just grabs a vine and heads on up. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
Damn.
Absolutely amazing. With a nat 20, you like pass Corf on your way up. You're just like
On your
you're,
left.
You're finding like you're finding like you're not even necessarily like you're like finding like knots of the trees to like launch yourself to. You're like
I mean, I
using
am
like,
from
your
Pineville. I've
strength.
climbed a bunch of trees.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're from
Absolutely.
Pineville.
Did you always do that?
Yeah, I could climb trees pretty well.
Cool.
And then Rowina, do you grab a vine?
I'll grab a vine too. Yeah.
And then last but not least, Zeke.
Everyone's always climbing up things. God damn it. I'll grab a vine.
Okay, Zeke, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Just look at your
Jesus.
shoulders.
Catapulted.
Arm off.
Wow, 17.
17.
Disadvantage -1.
You almost hit your head on a branch on the way up, but you're able to like dodge out of the way.
He's trying to kill me so bad.
As you are all up in this tree, you hear a large cracking of wood, and in the distance, you see a couple of trees. You see a couple of trees bend and move with the movement of a large creature. And then, coming out of the forest and making its way to the river underneath you, about 100 feet away, you see a large mechanical wolf or panther-like creature that is stalking, and with each movement you see steam coming off of its elbows and joints. You see a spiked tail that is kind of like clicking as it moves from either side. You see these bright yellow eyes that are just scoping the area, and then it stops for a second and kind of bends down, and instead of like what you'd see with a normal animal where it like multiple sniffs, you see like these like holes, kind of like camera lens open up, and it just like inhales the area around it, and you see that it opens its mouth and roars loudly. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh. Okay.
Still don't understand why a cleric is proficient in charisma saving throws.
That is weird.
I got a 12.
21.
I got a 10.
Oh wait, I want to do a plus.
Oh, I have
can
an
do
inspiration.
+1. Or an inspiration. Oh, I want to do an inspiration.
5.
Okay,
Way
better.
better.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a lucky point to
I got
roll one
16.
higher.
I
12.
also got a 16 on my reroll.
18.
Did anybody roll a 15 or below, or a 14 or below?
Yeah,
Um,
I did.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oliver
Like
and
father, like son.
Ezekiel, as you look down, oh my god, as you look down at this creature, you feel an immense fear wrap over you, and it's not a choice, and it is not like it's a reason it wasn't a wisdom saving throw. Your body has a base reaction of flight. when it looks at this creature. And fear strikes through you. But as it roars, go ahead and make a perception check, Danny, because you did not get afraid and you have those goggles on. Inside the mouth of this creature, you see that the throat is open and there is tons of coins that are in the belly of this creature. And on top of that set of coins, you see a large metal warhammer that has 2 heads on it. And, it's double-headed. And on each side, well, you wouldn't see it on each side, but on the side that you see, engraved within the head of the hammer is a sunrise that is gold inlaid. And there's a couple other things that you spy, but there's one other magic item that you see in this belly of this creature that is a small, ornate box that looks to be about the size of a deck of playing cards.
God damn it.
Hey, Zach.
And that is where we're going to end this week's episode.
No.
Thank
Why do you want?
you
You're gonna.
so much for joining us.
Why do you want this?
I appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
I hope you tune in next week to see the party take on the monster. Thank you all for joining us. Stay tuned at CharmedPersons for more. That's it. Thank you, my players. The best players the GM can ask for. I say it every time, but I mean it every time. And as always, everybody say bye.